But Big Bird still, that's only a piece of the cake right now. That's only a small caveat of what lies ahead. Now you have to take out Nephew, and then you still have Punk as the last remaining player. So now we go to Big Bird against Nephew.
Round 1. Fight.
Stand medium kick, going right back to that neutral game control.
This is a version of Nephew that we are used to seeing in the atmosphere of the Capcom Pro Tour, right? We saw a little bit of it in the season finale of Season 3, but this is like a whole different side of Nephew. Again, he's evolving every single time we see him on screen. Look at how much more dominance he has. Up until that point, the side switch is going to be pretty pivotal. You saw a reversal on the side of that, but Big Bird was ready for it. Another throw, the pressure and the damage is adding up. You ain't going nowhere.
The vanity step, actually.
He definitely could have converted off of that, too.
Round lead in favor of Big Bird right now. Okay, V-trigger 1. Defense so solid for Nephew. Completely avoids the V-trigger 1 for Rashid. Obviously a space control tactic, not gonna work. Keeps the corner. There's the interrupt.
Defense.
Not dead, but this situation not good. Both of these guys not in too fair situations. Likely pretty even. 33 seconds left on the clock. Constantly going back to that space. Big Bird disrespecting Colleen.
Oh, and there's no whip punishes from the side of Nephew, though, but it's so scary. That medium kick is just enough damage to take the deal, but we'll see what happens. Nephew does have a low medium kick of his own. Any touch can do it. Overhead, no, that's not the touch he needed.
Oh, nice.
And he spent the bar for it. He thought Big Bird was going to back up and give him that space. That was so good for Big Bird to not back down despite being that close to death as well.
Once again, look at what we saw from that Justin Long game, bro. Like, that alone just should let you know just how willing Rashid is to walk in that space, control the neutral. Big Bird understands that. Okay, jump out. Parabellum. Gets the heavy punch for the knockdown.
Now, the stun is racking up, but I think it's going to be dead before the stun even hits, to be quite honest with you. The Big Bird, yes, sir, does get the whip punish. And that was against a medium punch coming from the side of Colleen. Forward throw now. Here comes the mix. No.
Oh, so smart
like that.
with the delay get up right there.
Delay get up to avoid the mix from the V-trigger 1. Oh, no, but you can't avoid that. You might be stunned. Oh, no, mistimed the throw. This is a tough spot to be
the jump back and the confirm. Yo, Nephew, stop.
Doesn't matter.
Yo, stop.
Nerfed. Nerfed.
Man, the way Nephew just looked at the screen.
Now you understand, man. Like Rashid players jumping off the wall like that, you get into juggle state.
Going back to the neutral, just runs in. We've talked about the fact that Big Bird is willing to just go into that neutral space. Nephew calling it out with the heavy punch. Answers back with the Wake Up EX spinning mixer. Shades of Oil King. Oh, crush once again. It's been a lot of glass. Watch your toes. It's a lot of broken glass in this area. Hopefully you got on shoes.
Got some sandals on. Probably got the Birkins too. All right, here we go. Trigger activation there. Coming in from Colleen. This is going to be kind of tough now. Firing right back. Tries to create some space with it, but when is he going to go in and how? There it is. Nice. Man, that is so smart and so sneaky. V-skill, roll forward. Tactical maneuvers there from Big Bird.
Oh, the whiff punish on the eagle spike. Yo, Nephew.
Just that as a choice, though, like maybe trying to hit at the tip of the knees, maybe? I don't even know.
Nice.
Bro, the speed that Nephew has been playing is a lot slower than his normal pace.
Nice!
Able to make something happen. Bro, Angry Bird is popping off.
He's actually...
He's just trying to randomly out. You just gotta just contain his dashes.
Yo, Big Bird doing a great job of controlling his neutral. And what's crazy is Nephew's playing ridiculous.
I'm trying to listen into what Punk was saying earlier. Like, he was saying, you know, he's not really showing off the card of, like, dashing up to you, so I think you have to be a little bit more proactive with your normals. At least that's what I thought I heard.
No, he said you have to check the dashes harder. He said, that's what he said. He's like, you have to check those dashes harder, because he keeps doing it.
I felt like I didn't even see it that often, though. That's the thing. Like, there was mostly, like, crush counter normals, and then, of course, the crouching heavy punch as well. Now he's active in these grip punch games. I'd have to recheck this one, to be honest with you. The only significant, like, dashes I saw came from, like, trigger activation.
Okay. Speaking of trigger activation, Big Bird gets the side switch with the trigger one. Life lead just slightly in favor of Big Bird, even larger now after that corner throw. Same side, gets the counter hit 2 times over. Big damage on the table, not going to be the kill, but goes for the mix-up. No quick tech this time. You've seen it before, but it's layers on top of layers.
Watch out for the DP.
This is a 3-story building, bro, and I only showed you the first.
He only saw the tip of the iceberg. Problem is, 85% of it is down below. You gotta dig through that surface to get it.
All right, sweep cancel to the Parabellum. Great air-to-air, resets the situation. Doesn't take the bait on that spinning mixer there. Nephew still controlling other corner. Eats a crouching heavy punch. Oh, 2 times. Oh, the crush.
Pierces. I'm liking that. Firing with no remorse. That's exactly what you do. You should do as Colleen. Let the heavy punch button break on your joystick because of how many times you press it in neutral. Here we go. Trigger activation from Big Bird.
The conversion as well after the trade. A chunk of damage there, but gets rid of the V trigger. Big Bird on the come up, and stun is becoming a factor. Plenty of meter. Same side, tries to neutral jump reset. Defense on the side of Nephew. Raw activation on the V trigger too, and plenty of meter to make something happen. Almost got the whip punish, but the conversion backs it up. Air throw to get the knockdown. These exchanges are going to be important.
He's trying to find a way out and trying to bait something into, maybe Colleen moving forward a little bit too much, right? Those jumps out the corner is going to be more than enough. Now Big Bird's still getting suppressed by the normals. He still has enough for this trigger activation, right? Walking up into his face. What a check one time. Safe. But here comes Big Bird. Another check from Nephew. He's so brave.
Oh, Nephew, you need to be a firefighter. You're here playing Street Fighter. You need to be driving ambulances. That's what you need to do. I'm just saying, man.
Maybe you can hit him coming up with jump medium kick or something.
Where? Like when you live in corner?
Yeah, jump medium kick, jump medium punch, one of those. Maybe you can hit him out the air, or you just keep your string tight. If you keep it tight, you'll counter or you'll hit him every time. Yeah.
Yeah, Punk is definitely in Nephew's ear right now, just letting him know, hey, pay attention to these things.
Yeah, when you see how he performed in previous versions of Street Fighter League, he's taking it pretty nonchalant, a lot more confidence. But I think seeing this out the gate is huge. It's either that or it's because it's against Team NASR, the folks that took him out in Season 3. Right? There's got to be a grudge match between these two teams.
Yep.
What a whiff punish on the crouching heavy punch from Rashid. Still momentum in favor of Big Bird. What a defensive play block on the overhead. It just wiped.
Another backdash, but still gets thrown. Here comes Big Bird again. Stun is imminent. What an interruption. Crouch jab finds his way out. Yes, sir. Oh, no. Too far for the conversion off of the stand. Heavy punch.
Crouching medium kick. Nephew in hot pursuit. Gets knocked down by the V-trigger. Any hit's going to do it. Tries to pursue, and it didn't work out. Big Bird is on set point. Punk waiting.
Nephew was trying to speed down the highway, but woo, Big Bird came in and he's pull over. Pull over to the side of the road. The man said, it's a cardigan, thanks for noticing. Instead, just flies right by him. Here comes the icicle. Boom, sit him down again. Now stuck in this corner. He ain't stopping for nobody. Oh, here he comes. Big Bird, side switch, and the damage.
Yeah, that stand medium kick into the V-trigger. Good chase on the Mega Man jump and full punish stun right there. Pressure getting turned up, finds the opening. One more hit, block. Gonna have the confirm. Didn't go in the trigger just yet, but spins a little meter. Gets out of the corner, stays on the same side. Ready for the switch, went for the chase. It didn't work out. Wow. This is getting really close to being closed out by Big Bird. Punk on the back burner.
Jump back.
The side switch. You can hear the advice from Big Bird.
V-shift to get out of there. Tries to get him to swing. Another backdash. Walked up and did the crouching medium kick confirmed. He's not dead yet, though. Oh, that could have been it. Finally,
where were you going to see that? When and where? When and where was the issue?
That's only one round of the last round. Jesus. All right, we're back.
Actually insane.
This is my heart is racing right now.
Nice.
Confirm. Uses the V skill to get the knockdown in the corner this round. Still not looking too good.
Crouching heavy punch just firing away in this corner 3 times over, trying to escape, but still clips him on the way down. Big Bird still in hot pursuit, using that spinning mixer, or using tornado shot to keep Nephew locked down. But once trigger is activated, it's a whole different story for Colleen.
We've seen a lot of defensive situations work out for Nephew, and it's because been switching it up a bit. That stagger pressure, the layers, they're going deeper and deeper.
Oh! Big exchange.
Another
back throw now from Nephew, trying to maintain this control, at least the positioning. Another back throw instead. He's just tossing him around like a rag doll. But here comes the activation sooner than later from Big Bird. It might be after this throw.
There it is.
Oh!
Oh my God!
What's happening?
Crouching medium kill.
What's
Oh
happening?
my God, this
It's so
dog.
close. There's Panda on deck too.
He can chip
possibly
out.
chip him out.
He can actually chip out. If he gets close enough, the jump, no anti-air, he breaks the throw.
There's not enough damage
Oh
yet,
my
Steve. He has to
God.
find the right sequence. He has to get a little bit of block or
Oh
lap
my
going
God,
first
he
before he
take
goes
that?
into it. He has to hit a fierce Parabellum probably.
Oh my God.
But he needs one more sequence to at least get the chip damage going or hit him once. It's so scary.
Oh, the jump in. What a, oh my God. Oh my God. Big Bird is playing out of his mind. He is definitely trying to crap on Panda's cars right now. He's definitely trying to crap on Panda's cars right now.
about?
That's what birds do. They ruin your day. You just got your car washed. They're
man.
waiting outside your house to crap on your car. That's what Big Bird just did.
Steve, what was that? Come on now. He couldn't hold it.
Oh.
Do you feel that? The ground trembling beneath our feet. We've all noticed a tectonic shift in the fighting game community.
Let's go! Everybody's game. Nice! Let's go!
As our gods have been shaken to the core from the footsteps of young titans growing louder and louder. We have 3 Capcom Cup champions, all with an insatiable desire for glory. Oh, you didn't know. He's back.
Knuckle Dude is your Capcom Cup champion.
Capcom presents the return of legends, the rise of a new generation looking to take their spots, the pursuit of domination. A line has been drawn in the sand, and only the bold will cross it. This is Street Fighter League.
Street Fighter League Season 5, baby. We're still alive. I know you thought you weren't going to see it, but we're here. We got new rules, new teams, and we're going to get to all of that. But before we go there, it's your man, Tasty Steve. And of course, to my left, Hollywood, Rob TV, new to the West Coast, always in the home. And of course, the bald eagle of commentary, my brethren, Vicious. What it do, baby? What's good? How you doing, man?
It's good to be back for another season of Street Fighter League because you guys are not ready with what's to come. And I'll tell you what, I do not even sugarcoat that because, again, even Rob TV's been talking about it. We've been all ready for it. I hope you guys are ready for it as well because we have so much to talk about. Let's get right into it.
Look, first, before we go anywhere, let's take a look at these brand new teams for you. We have first, CLG, new to the squad, but old with the team, Samurai, Chris CCH, Just the Kid, and Filipino Man.
Oh my goodness, and as amazing as that team is, Steve, we will be remiss not to bring up what may be the best Street Fighter League team ever assembled, at least on paper, bro. We have none other than Sean, the one and only. And of course, we have Adam, in my opinion, the best player in the world right now. I don't know if I'm ethnocentric, but it's just my opinion. And then, of course, we have Gamer B, an absolute legend, and the return of none other than Knuckle Do Dang. That team is ridiculous.
Pretty stacked, but just as stacked as the next team coming up. Panda coming in hot with Punk. Nephew, JB, and Kami. As a collective unit, these guys are all veterans in the league. We also have some returning champions via Punk, JB, and Nephew too. So again, not to sleep on any of these teams, as you shouldn't, but everything is going to be continuously stacked going into the next one.
One of the strongest teams we've ever had in Street Fighter League coming up next, and you know it's true because you can see the X, NASRxBandits. We got Big Bird, Angry Bird, Mena, and Kaba on one squad. I don't think y'all understand how broken that team is. I can't wait to see what they're about to do, and that's not even it. Rob, who do we have next?
Oh my goodness, you know we got to bring these guys up. They're actually brand new to Street Fighter League as a team overall, and that is none other than Red Rooster. And of course, we're bringing him up. We have to make sure we go straight to none other than Mono. He's been on an absolute tear this year when it comes to Street Fighter as a whole. But outside of him, of course, we also have Hot Dog 29. We have Ajax Fidelity, a young upstart, amazing ed player from down in Puerto Rico. And we have none other than Dr. Smugglesworth. That team is going to put in work, guaranteed.
And of course, we have the reformation of Team UYU with Oil King at the helm, NL coming back, but y'all can't sleep on this cat. It's DCQ,
beast, bro.
the Urian
Yep, he's a beast.
terrorizer from his region, alongside Cien, rounding out the team for UYU. Again, all of these teams are ridiculously stacked, exactly why y'all should be paying attention, starting things off with week 1.
And of course, in Street Fighter League this year, we actually have a brand new format. We're not about to keep things stagnant. Of course, this year we actually have no character bans, which is unbelievable. There was a whole lot of debate and conversation about that all over Twitter. Some people loved it, some people don't. Well, at this point, you're going to see players at full force. Also, we now have 4 players on each team. I'm sure you noticed that when we were actually listing off all the teams. Only 3 of them will be playing on each team at a time, though, so there'll be 1 player sitting on the bench. There's the away team who actually submits their player and character order ahead of time, and the home team is going to get the counter pick. Teams are going to play 3 consecutive matches. The first 2 matches are going to be worth 10 points each, with the third match being worth 20 points. If the teams are tied after 3, there is one final best of 1 match that awards 5 points, and the team with the most points at the end of that team battle wins it all. The points are everything this season because the standings are determined by total points earned throughout the season, with the top 4 teams making it into the playoffs. So every match counts.
Let's take a look at the prizing. $75,000 is on the line. $60,000 of that, the lion's share, will be going to the first, and for second place, $15,000 for that team. Just enough to make you all happy with that second place showing.
Now, enough talking about the prizing. We've talked about the new format as well as the teams going into it. But this week, starting things off, it's CLG versus Endemic. And I got to say, with the young guns of CLG, the newly formed team here in Street Fighter League, there is a lot riding on their shoulders going into it.
Oh, big time. And you know, I feel like that's a big storyline in Street Fighter League overall this year, because we kind of have the young titans up against the legends of the past. We have, speaking of legends of the past, and of course of the future, now that he's back, we have Knuckle Do Dang.
Ridiculous.
Back on Street Fighter League.
That's
I
real.
feel like he is the biggest. It's weird to say that dude is the biggest question mark because of how accomplished he is, but we just haven't seen him in a few years. And then outside of that, of course, we have Sean, amazing, consistent player in America, Gamer B legend. Remember that 2015 Evo, and that grand finals with Momochi. And then of course Adam right now, who's arguably the hottest player in the world at the very minimum. So definitely things are stacked up against CLG right now on paper, but I do think they do have a chance to pull it out. To me though, Endemic is the best team in this league on paper.
I gotta say though, I mean, a lot of the West Coasters have been doing some big work, including some of the Midwesterners, right? Just a Kid pretty much taking reign all across the country with his Evo performance, alongside somebody like Samurai, who is the catalyst in forming such solid teams overall. He's been Mr. OCV for Street Fighter League, right? Having all of these players together could bring a different dynamic in a league format specifically. But moving on into the next set of matches, right? It's going to be the NASRxBandits versus Panda. Steve, what's your takeaway on this matchup?
I feel like we're not talking about the Birds and the Bandits. It's not. We don't need any other information. This is one of the strongest teams ever. You have the experience of a Capcom Cup champion versus 2 of the most dominant players, not only in Street Fighter League, but in individual CPT play on one team. And Kaba is the end of that. Are you telling me that's not one of the greatest teams? Just go back and look at their tournament experiences if you think I'm mistaken. But then you also look at Panda. This is the homie team. When Punk has something to fight for, Punk is a different beast. I know everybody out there likes to heal and they like to talk they smack, but Punk with a purpose is the Punk that I like to root for. But that's just me.
And they're also former champions of Street Fighter League as well. They pretty much kicked things off too, and they've had such a dominant performance season after season after season. We've already set it in stone. We've already talked about it. We have our matches set up already. CLG versus Endemic.
You do not want to miss the first official battle of Street Fighter League. It's going to be coming right at you right after this.
You call, I answer. Pushing you on the scene. Man, come on, I'm ready to go. Calculated. Time to play. You gonna keep me waiting, babe? Stop, kid. You're killing me here. And only one of us is allowed to do the killing.
Street Fighter League Season 5, we're back. Week 1 team battles about to go down. We touched on it before we went to break, but let's go over it once again. It's going to be CLG versus Endemic, and I believe my boy Vicious got some words with Team CLG. Let's take a listen.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Vicious here at Street Fighter League to tell you a little bit about Team Counter Logic Gaming. For those of you that don't know, this is actually the team that's super stacked, one of my favorite teams on a personal level. We have Samurai, the captain, Just a Kid coming back from Season 1, Anton, aka Filipino Man, and Chris TCH as the newcomers and also the young guns. I gotta say, collectively, you guys are probably the youngest team, if I'm not mistaken, and it kind of hurts my soul a little bit. But outside of the whole personal stuff, I gotta ask you, coming into it, just right off the bat, as the captain, Samurai, you've had a lot of expectations for yourself, for all the teammates you've been with, for every single Street Fighter League that you've been a part of. What is it like for you now acquiring this talented group of players?
Yeah, it's super exciting to play with these players because their performances recently have been amazing. Not to shed light, a good or bad light on the previous teams that I played on, but those are different teams, completely different teams. This is a new team. This is now, I don't want to put that expectation on them. And so moving forward, this is a new team. It's a clean slate. Results don't matter from the past, myself included.
I feel like your record is probably one of the most intimidating records, just to put it out there, because I've been a part of seeing you perform like year after year after year, and it's like, man, this guy is like the wild gun to look forward to. Like, you are Mr. OCV after all when it comes to Street Fighter League. But I'm going to be moving on to David, just a kid. We've seen your performances from Season 1, and I got to say, you've had one hell of a growth spurt when it comes to your skill level in Street Fighter V. What is it like now coming back into the league with that different state of mind, with all of the newly acquired skills that you've had and all the names that you've taken down pretty much at every major event, aka the West Coast, which is I still have to bow down to that. I know you guys, by the way, at the end are like, was Vicious going to bring it up? Of course I'm going to bring it up. But David, just a kid, tell me about that growth and what you're coming into or what you're bringing to the table as, I guess, one of the young guns in the roster.
I mean, back in Season 1, it was the first time Street Fighter League ever happened, so everyone's super interested in it, and everyone wants to compete in it, and the fact that I myself was able to do it, it was a very grateful opportunity, I would say, to learn and how this system works. But now, Midwest and West Coast had to do a fusion. We had to form together, do an unholy alliance, and just say, you know what? We may have been enemies at the West Coast versus Midwest, but this time, we're coming in strong in Street Fighter League and taking down any competition we got. So I'm ready to be with this team. I'm ready to have fun. I'm ready to learn.
I'm going to blow you up on that one, actually, on a personal level, because every single time that we've been to an event together, I see you at the after events having dinner with the West Coast, by the way. I'll put that out there, and I'm not afraid to do it. Speaking of which, one of those West Coasters, Anton, one of the biggest catalysts for the West Coast team, Filipino man, also one of my favorite players to watch. Going into it, you've had your transition of playing from Chun-Li to other characters as well, into your Rose, having that character back. What are you bringing to the table in regards to the competition at Street Fighter League? Because you've been watching pretty much every single season. It's like, what are you going to bring differently for the rest of the teams here at Street Fighter League?
I feel like I'm the dark horse of this event. There's not Roses that play like me all over the world. They're not going to be prepared. It might be Street Fighter League US, but there's a lot of different regions that don't have the Roses that the West Coast does. I kind of have a chip on my shoulder from many years of people saying that I was never that good, but I'm here to prove that. So I have that hunger that will help me.
There's going to be a lot to look forward to with you three alone, but I have to top it off. This is King of the West Coast. This is Chris TCH. He had a smile on his face because he doesn't believe it, but if you look at his track record, his overall track record, right, 2 years running, you pretty much dominated the West Coast alongside Nephew as well, even Samurai in the realm of CPT, but you've transcended above a lot of those challenges into the current shape that you're in, and kind of talk to us about that in terms of your mentality of the competition, transitioning it from going into a CPT now into a league format of Street Fighter League.
This is my first time on Street Fighter League, obviously, so I don't have necessarily prior experience, but I think this format is something that I really, really like, because as a player, I really like to study my opponents, study the character matchup, study how they play. So going into this format where I know every player on every team, I know that we're going to be going up against every team, so I know exactly which players I need to be studying for. That is something really exciting to me, to have all that time to prepare, and I feel super prepared going into this event.
And I'm glad you mentioned the preparation steps, because you have your first matchup against Team Endemic, and that is a pretty stacked team, right? What was that preparation phase like, and what are you going to be bringing going into your first match against Endemic?
Well, we know that they're stellar players, they're world-class players. But we just have to understand that that's their play, and we need to focus on our play. And I think we've done a lot of preparation, we've done a lot of studying, and we're ready to fight. So, yeah.
That's what I love to hear. I've personally seen their growth, and I've seen the preparation involved, and I hope you guys are absolutely ready for it, because it's gonna be a slaughterhouse no matter what and how you spin it. Team CounterLogic Gaming, looking forward to your matches against Endemic. We'll see you on the flip side. I really admire the vote of confidence they have as a unit, but I do want to know exactly what Endemic has in mind for Team CLG, and I do believe Rob TV had a couple of words with them. Let's take a look on the floor to see what Rob had to say.
What's up, everyone? I am Hollywood, Rob TV, and I am joined here with what is possibly the greatest Street Fighter League team ever assembled. You got Knuckle Doo Dang, you got Sean,
You got Hollywood Rocks TV, Team Gale. The first time that we have all been together on camera in like, I don't know, bro, like years. But in all seriousness, the best Street Fighter League team probably that I've ever seen on paper is you guys right here, Team Endemic. Sean, I'll start with you, bro. How in the world do you even put together a team like this? Like, that's insane.
I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of it is just one happy accident.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
How do you accidentally get what?
A little bit of miscommunication, a little bit of other missed opportunities.
Okay.
Yeah, that's man. I don't know. It's like one of those things where like the stars kind of aligned.
Yeah.
You know. So I mean, I'm very grateful for it. You know, like I'm very appreciative that all these guys actually wanted to team. Like I got really lucky. Like I'm literally backed by champions, legends. You know what I'm saying? Like legends in the game. So.
Well, and you know, with these legends and everything, you are the team captain when it comes to Endemic, right? So with you being a team captain, you know, you got the jacket on and everything. I remember Dude had the jacket on and all that. But, you know, he was
flexing.
He was
a
flexing on
henchman.
us. Yeah,
he
now
was a
you came
henchman.
up on him and all that. You know, so do you feel any type of like extra pressure or anything to perform? Just in the sense that like, you know, at the end of the day, you are like, this is your team. If you guys were to underperform, they not getting fired. You getting fired. So, you know, how do you feel with being the captain of Endemic?
For me, it doesn't really feel like a captain type of thing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
When we're on the sticks, like it's just all of us like playing. You know what I'm saying? Like I talk to all of them. Like to be honest, if you want the real inside, it feel like Gamer be the captain to me.
Yeah.
Look,
that's a perfect.
He's the organizational role. Like, bro, I'm telling you, we got Google spreadsheets to prove
Literally.
it. Yeah, I'm not kidding. That's a literal thing.
So Gamer B, of course, you know, you are a legend in the scene. You are the most OG player out of all of the players here. So do you take that seriously as far as like taking a leadership role when it comes to Endemic? Like, would you agree with Sean that is like a big part of why you're so important to this team?
When the first time that he came to me to ask me to join the team, then I was like really happy because I believe this team is the best team in the whole league right now.
Yeah.
And but it's like kind of fun is because they still like play like really not organized. You know, they just practice. They just practice. You know, we didn't talk too much strategy.
Yeah.
But I trust them like 100% because I actually taste by the play. I feel like they are really strong, and I hope they can carry me.
The main story of Street Fighter League, in my opinion, at least the biggest thing that people react to on Twitter and everything, is the fact that you're back, bro. To be honest, I guess I just want to ask, how does it feel to be back? Like, is this surreal to you? Like, what's your emotions right now?
It's pretty all over the place. You know, I took like 3 years off and I like cut cold turkey. I was very nervous to come back because I didn't think I could play on the level of these guys. But, you know, I've been training with them and they've been helping me, you know, get back to the level I was or even better. And yeah, it's a lot of pressure, but I'm hoping to show up for these guys.
Okay, so of course, I can't wait to get to the more in-depth one-on-one with the dude, because that's gonna be like a crazy one. But I gotta make sure I talk to the best player in the world right now, in my opinion, as well. None other than Kawhi DZ. What's going on, Adam? What up with you, dog? You know what I'm saying? Lately, my man Adam been on his superstar activities. What's life like for you right now? I feel like you're on top of the world. You almost won Evo. You know, you're running things as far as all American tournaments are concerned. And then now on Street Fighter League, which you weren't on last year, you hop on here this year and probably have the best team on paper. What's life like for Adam?
I'm just chilling, you know, doing my thing, one day at a time.
Okay, do you think that y'all are the best team?
Yeah, I actually do feel like we are the best team. Unlike the NA versus EU thing, but you know that's
don't start. Do not.
You know what I like about him saying that is because we know that if we weren't, he would say so because he said it.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah,
He's gonna keep it a buck.
Yeah.
Okay. Of course, it's been amazing talking to Endemic. We got the legend, Gamer B. We have Knuckle Dang, in my opinion, the greatest American Street Fighter player of all time. We have Adam, the current best player in the world. And of course, we have Sean, one of the best players in American history, in my opinion, and my brother as well. Coming up, we do have Team Endemic going head to head with CLG.
Rob TV, giving the team the props they deserve, have some very established players on that squad, but every team I feel like has some awards that they can definitely be won with. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of establishments on both sides, and the character choices really do kind of put them at the peak performance with their characters in the world in some instances.
Right, even outside of the league, right? In Street Fighter League, there's a lot to be talked about, but there's accolades with each individual, specifically with Team Endemic, right? Going right into it, we take a look at their current roster as the away team pretty much has to set themselves up first, which allows them to get counterpicked. Up first is actually Shine with that Cody, and we've seen a lot of Cody play being a lot more prevalent this season. Following behind him is going to be Gamer B with that Luke. By the way, he's been using it for quite some time now, and of course, to anchor the team, it is none other than Idom with that Poison, which leads us to question, are they going to use Do in further episodes? I feel like, obviously, that's going to be a yes. But the fact that we have Shine, Gamer B, and Idom established first, that's already a lot to take in for CLG.
I mean, we've already talked about what Shine has been able to do with Cody in tournament. I mean, we saw it recently at ECT, and just I'm a big fan of the way Shine plays. That Cody has gotten a lot stronger, a lot stronger. So I really do feel like this is a really good play to set these guys up early. We are moments away from our first team battle for Street Fighter League Season 5. I can't believe we made it this far, man. This has been amazing, especially with the new format throughout the world. EU having their own Street Fighter League as well as Street Fighter League Japan. But this is going to be one of the best seasons arguably ever. I love the team format. I love the fact that we get 4 and the potential to call out the away team because they get to kind of set the pace because all they see is what the team is already, their opposing team has set up for them. But this is going to be great.
Counter Logic Gaming, man, these guys are going right into it. Counter Logic Gaming is actually setting up Just a Kid first with that Jury, and this is going to be pretty important because I don't know how much experience Just a Kid has specifically against Cody, but more so against Shine. I want to see how it plays out. This is game number 1 here in Street Fighter League. Let's get it going. Already started things off right. Setting the pace with that medium kick, it's ever so important with Jury.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like there's a lot that Cody can do. He tried to throw out a tornado right there. It just gets completely stuffed so far from Shine. Just trying to find a strategy to get the knockdown, and he does from the Crime Sway initially.
I love the choice to use that V skill 2 in this matchup. That up close pressure, you're going to see a lot of strings coming from Jury. You can call them out if you use that V skill 2. Nice heavy buttons here. That standing heavy kick runs right to the crouching medium kick and ready with the charge.
And I like the option to go into the ruffian kick ender as well, just the amount of damage you can get instead of just going for the final fight target combo. But now look at the pressure being laid on. That is just a level 1. That is his turn now. Cody has to charge up that Zongnable to be a significant threat. Excellent block against the Crime Sway coming in from Just a Kid, but still that Feng Shui engine winding down. Stomping! That was a reaction to the EX
medium kick.
That was so good.
Yeah, catches it after the startup. That medium kick is definitely one of the major tools of Jury. And this right here, I love also the V skill coming from Jury as well. Actually kind of controls that neutral full charge on the EX there. Activate with the knife.
But more importantly, did you see the amount of gray life and chip damage just in general that Shine gets off of that entire sequence, right? You're going into the EX Zongnable, you're getting plus anyway, then you establish it even more off of the final fight combo into the V-trigger activation. The forward throw now, just establishing that pace really early. Pretty aggressive start coming in from Shine.
And really good resets. I feel like Shine, nice full charge on the EX. Crime Sway gets to hit that ruffian kick. Once again, gets the knockdown in the corner. Here's the pressure. Another throw out of the corner. Dead. There's the stun, and my boy Cody actually hurts like he's fresh out the pin. A perfect this time around. Shine, I see you. First game against Just a Kid.
I've talked about this in a realm of CPT more often than not. Every time I see a Cody, I'm telling you, he is one of the strongest characters in the universe of Street Fighter. I'm not making that up. I guarantee you. And you can see it right before our very eyes, right?
Yeah, my man takes off chunks. My man takes off chunks. I'm a Cody player, I know.
It's actually kind of ridiculous, right? To kind of establish it as well, this is first to 2, so again, Shine starting things off in a very, very strong manner. That was 2 rounds straight. What is Just a Kid going to do, and what are the teammates going to be saying in his ear to figure out what happens in this matchup, right? So far, again, establishing it with that medium kick has been pretty much the point for Just a Kid.
Full charge soft knuckle right there, combo conversion, and gets the knockdown on top of it. I love how Shine is controlling this neutral. Great anti-air with that standing heavy punch. They changed it for the better. V-reversal to stop the pressure. Setting up with the fireballs. I love it. And instantly uses that V skill to get some kind of momentum back. Crouching jab confirmed off the full charge soft knuckle.
Anytime you see the screen shake, you know it's going to be big trouble. Here we go now, off the Feng Shui. No, sir! Tried to go an empty jump blow. Shine 100% ready for the counterplay. Getting the first round. Looking at match point with that back throw. Already off to a fantastic start. Endemic got to be feeling extra comfortable. I haven't heard anything chimed in from the players on the bench. They know exactly what Shine's going to be doing. They have a lot of confidence going into it.
And look at Shine just waiting, playing like range forward just to have an opportunity to react. Medium punch right there to challenge the EX. I love the normals being used. Gets the crush counter. Small reset, no follow-up, but gets the back throw. Here comes Just a Kid. Or as I say, like to call him Just a Man. Every time I see him, I got to ask him how his kids are doing. He doesn't really have kids, but that's the joke. Anyways.
Every time I ask him how old he is, I feel like he stays the same age. He's like, you're 21 right now. I feel like you've been 21 for
He's evolved, bro. I've been look, have you seen Combo? Did you see what he did at Combo Breaker? Did you see the young man evolve at Evo?
I
This
have
is
to
just
live
a
it every
man.
day, by the way. Every time we talk about that. And here we go again.
Uh-oh, back throw.
It's going to be just fine. Look at that. Yo, Shine has been doing so much out of this, but gets
down.
the low opener. Yes, sir. Just get plus frames after that. A little bit of movement coming from Shine. He flinched after the activation. Forward throw now. What happens here in this situation?
Yeah. Oh,
no, not quite.
Let's go.
Didn't get the X, so wasn't able to get the follow-up on the end there, but still Just the Kid closes out. Getting warmed up with that Jury. V-Trigger for Jury is actually a menace, especially with the most recent update of Street Fighter 5. I feel like they really want you to use these V-Trigger 2s, and they hang in there for quite some time. Jury, a very strong contender.
Yeah, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Feng Shui Engine is still pretty potent when it comes to getting the pressure going. Like, the offensive strings that you can get leads to so much damage, and it still leads to OP situations a lot more often than not. But we'll see if that's even going to be the case right now. Again, Shine gets the opener off the low. This is going to be so high damaging, but more importantly, the screen carry. Look at the amount of distance that Cody gets to cover. That's a very important view reversal. Yeah, you had to pretty much put him in stop.
Woo! Tried to get for the juggle combo right there off of the crouching heavy punch with the knife. Not going to get it. Hold the plus frames. My man, Just the Kid says nothing doing. Oh, just walk up. Tries to hit him with the medium kick to keep him honest. Just the Kid uses the V-shift to get out of there. Crouching medium kick once again. Plenty of time on the clock, and Shine has just been using so much meter to try to start an offense, but stop Jury at the same time.
And I think that's so smart coming in from Just a Kid. Like, he already got rid of one V-bar. He doesn't have enough life to build himself the V-trigger afterwards, so he's like, you know, I think I'm just going to commit to it. That's going to be just fine. Also, fully loaded. If Just a Kid gets a confirm, he could go in a critical line. It's not going to kill you.
That's not dead.
But it leads to a lot. You get to charge up. Yes,
but that's triggered. There we go. And the knife. Yep.
Yo,
just to control the move. Just chucking him. My man's been in prison. He knows how to throw a shank. Oof. Yeah, you got to hold this. And look at the Gray Life adding in. That means a jab will get the kill. Just the Kid showing his worth, tying up the set 1 game apiece. And that was a long trail to hike to get this game back. But now we're going to game 3. This season, 1st to 2. So every round counts. We talked about the points for Rob TV at the top of the show. I hope you guys know that is going to be big. You don't get 3 out of 5. You get 2 out of 3.
You get more rewards. So you just play slow and wait for the meter and the V-trigger.
Gamer beat with the strats.
That's the way.
Gamer beat with the strats, bro.
I think more importantly, you're looking at the meter management coming in from the side of Just a Kid as Shine, right? It's like, all right, well, I get to spend a lot of my bar, but what happens is like, what if Just a Kid just decides to block everything, right? I mean, it's a very, very basic kind of thinking, but at the same time, it's like, all right, well, if I'm out of meter, what happens when I have to face off against a fully loaded Just a Kid? Because he's been using V-Reversal a lot to stop my offensive threats, right? With Zombie Knuckle being out of the question.
Wow,
it's
she
so
gets
difficult.
over the anti-air and gets the side switch, Just a Kid. No, but you're exactly right, though. Trying to keep this pressure going.
Word?
Wow, did not challenge after the V-skill.
I mean, to be fair, I think it could have been a V-trigger activation possibly afterwards, so I think Just a Kid was thinking the exact same thing.
Oh, here's this pressure again. But that is also part of the meta. Sometimes you know the trigger's there, you think the activation is coming, but sometimes it doesn't. And there's a normal throw just whittling down that life bar from Just a Kid. Shine on set point.
Very familiar situation, right? He was literally just here in the previous game. That is exactly the kind of whiff punishes we like to see against the standing heavy punch from Jury, from Just a Kid now. Out of the corner, a lot of movement-based decision-making coming in from Just a Kid.
Meaty Tornado tries to delay the throw. Just a Kid says no.
Oh, that's huge.
Stand medium kick. Here's the pressure. This is where Jury shines. The guess on wake up, the good buttons, the stand medium kick, activation after the final fight combo, walk up back throw. You're so bold. You should be a firefighter. Eats the EX zonk. Reset with the crouching medium punch. Look at the range. This is getting close to dead. One more should do it.
Again with the V-Reversal, this is actually going to be so much better for Shine because he gets to, yes, sir, play that long-range game. Another one, he still has a knife in hand. He could throw it, catch Jury off guard, but still Just a Kid finds the opener with the confirm. It's all tied up. Match point on both sides. sides, but that was so expensive.
Just a kid, and this is why I call him just a man. He's got a family to take care of, bro.
He's a man now.
He's trying to bring the bacon home, bro. I seen him after Evo. He had a full goatee.
He's going to force you to eat it, Steve. He's like, you know what, you're going to eat this bacon. I know you're not a fan of pork, but you're going to eat this bacon.
Oh, the cross-up once again. That's the second time we've seen that be successful. It's also the second time we've seen that side switch really work out for Just a Kid.
Yep.
That's what got him that last game, and that's what kept him alive in this set.
It's so scary because when Just a Kid's in that range, he can still opt to go for low medium kicks, even stand medium kick if he wanted to. That's the opener right there. But again, he's so successful in getting these jump-ins because of his range.
The charge, Zonk, and this time there's the charge.
What happens afterwards? A couple of frame traps that are layered. Here comes the EX, but still, yes, I love that decision-making from Just a Kid. Look at how much of a lead he's establishing right now. Again, a lot of space control. He does have the charges. He's trying to get a fireball possibly. This is going to be huge right now for Shine.
And if you notice, last time actually negated that B-trigger activation because you know it was coming in the corner to try to get some ground back. Finally gets it, and then here comes the V-reversal from Just a Kid. Still in the corner, but these standing heavy punches with the knife are really putting some range on there, and that gray life definitely adds up. A throw could be big damage, and this is not looking good. Whoa. Wow, what a call-out. Uses the EX. Just a Kid tries to get the throw to close out. V-trigger still on the table for Shine. There's a forward throw. Got to hold the frames. The crouch shot almost made something happen. V-reversal from Just a Kid. 20 seconds on the clock.
The knife still in hand. Yeah, it does get a little bit of damage off of that.
Woo! The forward throw not dead yet, though. There's an overhead.
He knew
my
it.
God,
Just a Kid knew it as well. Opens him up with the counter low medium kick to stuff out the attempted overhead from Shine. That is one game on the board for Team CLG with Just a Kid.
Just a man. I told you. You don't, as a child, you do not have that kind of rebuttal. You don't even have the mentality to be able to compose yourself. That is just a man. Call him by his name. He's got a family to take care of.
And it makes sense, right? With the acronym JAM, he's definitely bringing the noise exactly how it should be, to be honest with you, because this kid's been on a tirade since he's found his pace with Jury, especially in this season, right? With his performance over at EVO, even before that, over at Combo Breaker, taking care of the West Coast. There's so much confidence exuding from this young man, and we love to see it, right? I hate that generic statement, but I love seeing the way that he's been playing, and it's so inspirational.
10 points on the board now for CLG. This season is all about these points, and on top of that, you're not getting first to 3, you're getting first to 2. So that means every round is going to be a little more pulse pounding, a little more tense-filled action here at Street Fighter League. Man, I love what we've seen from Street Fighter 5. That was the first match set of the day, and it went down to the final round. We've seen some crazy turnarounds, man. Jury is very, very strong. I don't care what anybody says. That character's nice this season. But just the way Just a Kid, like you said, is really coming to his own, especially considering what we've seen. Not only, like I said, I talked about Shine, but Just a Kid has been on the same kind of tear with this character, as well as not just talking about that exhibition, just being so sound of a player now, especially with this, CPT season on the underway as well.
And moving into the next players, right, we do have, from the away side, part of Endemic, Gamer B. To counter that, by the way, they're throwing in Samurai, who also has a Luke in his arsenal, right? He's been using Akuma, Sagat, Ryu throughout the league, throughout his performances over in the Capcom Pro Tour. But at this point, I feel like I'm highly assured that it's going to be a Luke mirror match.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a Luke mirror match, but one of the things that we've noticed that Samurai has done over all the Street Fighter League, he always kind of goes with the least character that you think he's going to pick. I don't know why, but I feel like we might see like a Ryu or something like that.
Possibly.
Just to fight the fireball battle, right? I feel like it's going to be a lot harder and for them to like play that mirror. I mean, obviously, but I honestly feel like we might not see the Luke.
Early on in matches, he definitely likes to test with like meterless DP, or he'll like to tech early on in rounds. He doesn't like to take things early on in rounds. He kind of likes to set the pace. Think of like how he definitely likes to kind of mimic Tokido. Tokido does a little bit of the same thing too, where he'll kind of take throw early on sometimes. So just be wary that on first knockdown he may do a meterless DP to set the tone.
Meterless DP, yeah.
And I love him taking his lead. I watch Shine stream a lot, and he's very, very analytical of his own play, so he's really able to call out mistakes, and you can hear him just breaking down the Bible, if you will. Oh, wait a minute. And there we go. You were right, Vicious.
Let's go, Bruce.
Luke v. Luke it is. First one on the second set here at Street Fighter League Season 5.
But what if, Steve? But what if, right? If it's, it's 2 out of 3, right? 2 out of 3 territory. What if Samurai does falter in the first game? Do you think we might get like a different kind of character. But who knows? Let's get into the first match first. To start things off, Luke mirror match again with all blue, a little bit of a white too as well, from the side of CLG with Samurai. I love the color scheme, by the way, for Gamer B, the black and yellow. My man.
He knows. My man stays on brand no matter what.
That's so cool.
Right?
I think that's the illest thing.
One of the ambassadors from his region, Gamer B, a legend in the community.
Doing great for the B community, by the way. I'm glad you gave me a serious answer. But all jokes aside, just looking right into it, yes, gets the first opener again. It's been very respectful thus far. You already know that was a rollover into Sandblaster. A little bit of an overlap on the inputs.
Gets the sweep activation here. Doesn't take the opportunity to jump out of the corner. There's a back throw from Gamer B.
It actually caught a normal from the side of Samurai, right? I think he threw out a medium punch and it got clipped right at the startup of it.
The trigger still active right now.
Yeah, and it's such a threat, right? You can't even walk
the whip punish.
Thermal Barrack Barrage gets the charge up, the Popeye arms, V-skill number 1, but any single confirm into it. Actually, he can leave himself at a plus scenario in a block string if need be, no matter what. He does have the arms loaded. He does have Thermal Barrack still unlocked. It's a lot that Samurai has to look up against in terms of trying to walk and block. If he gets the opener, though, he might be able to get,
the thing about Luke is he can do a lot of damage. There's no chip on the table, so this is actually pretty good, but it's only 7 seconds left on the clock. I'm looking for a throw, but the jab to stop it, I promise you that was a throw.
You know, what's wild about that is, from that range, I don't think there's going to be enough time for Samurai to even walk up throw. I mean, expected, Gamer B to pretty much sit still. He has the life lead, so I get the mentality behind it, but still. This is going to be huge. Yeah, he does get so much carry and damage off of that, and now Gamer B does have the advantage. The location
crush.
Advantage.
Okay. Just to get the knockdown, calls out the EXDP. Samurai waiting on it. Gets his corner carry, and look at the damage on the hard knockdown jab to challenge this time. Not dead, but this is going to hurt.
Look at that, by the way. V-skill 2, we might see it. Oh, I thought it would be a throw bait, and he still goes into it.
Target, V-reversal. That crouching jab doing work for Luke right now.
But which one? Both of them.
Both, it really is both of them. Samurai has multiple times stopped the approach with that crouching jab. Gamer B has done the same after being knocked down in the corner.
And again, as much as I do like to confirm off of low forward, Sandblaster to Thermal Barrack, I think there's a lot to be said when it comes to the EX Flash Knuckle to carry and get the damage from the side of Gamer B. But as we see right now, Gamer B can still do it, right? He does have a single hit confirm that can lead to death, but Samurai just needs a single button press just overall.
Oh, too late on the check right there. Ate that crouching jab again. That's exactly what I was talking about. Sweet block activation.
Oh, that's huge.
More chip damage. Oh, this is dangerous. Chip
territory.
This is definitely chip territory. Looking for a button with the whip throw. And we all... Oh, that was going to be it regardless, no matter what. I love the pacing. And both of them now have CA. Samurai saved his.
You could hear Filipino Man and Chris CCH popping off. CCH is like, yeah, we take those. Filipino Man exclaiming, optimal.
Right.
Optimal.
Oof. Flash knuckle. Really got to hold it. Crouching medium kick. Luke has stubby normals, but they're slow enough to be annoying, especially when you're up close playing this kind of neutral game looking for a whiff punish, and especially Luke v. Luke, right?
I don't know, man. When it comes to stubby normals, I think Luke is just fine. Low medium kick is a lot further than you would expect it to be.
Oh, yeah.
But I think the biggest gripe is that a lot of his normals move him forward, right? Medium kick has definitely no standard button for sure. And you see it right there. It leads to the activation, to the amount of carry that he gets. Oki situation, back medium punch 2 times over. You are plus, so you cannot press a button.
Get the activation off of the standing heavy. I do like that. EX just to try to challenge in the neutral. Gamer be trying to fight out of this corner. Just inching. 45 seconds left. They just slowly just walk back to the center of the stage. And you can see Samurai. We know Samurai is a patient player.
And that's just fine because that trigger does not wind down. The only time it does is on 2 occasions. If he gets hit or if he actually spends it himself just like that. It's all gone now, but it's Gamer B who has the trigger. It's Gamer B who has the advantage in the corner at least, but not in the slightest for life. He's at the deficit.
Full control. You hear CCH.
I don't know, man, but once Luke is in the corner,
right?
It's a tough scenario.
And look at this.
Oh, that's going to be huge for Gamer B.
And look at this. Also trigger there as well.
Big damage great on the equalizer.
Table. One wrong guess right now. And Gamer B could take it, but the crush counter sweep, not sure what that was, flips back to the corner, third the smart tech, and there's not enough time to make anything happen. The patient play of Samurai. With a name like Samurai, you know my man's patient. Back in this day, it's one strike kill.
You don't have to play with normals too much. So there's a safe way to approach Samurai. Is that if you just bulldog him, but walk and block, he, especially at the end of that round there, he forfeits a lot of space. He'll walk back and put himself in the corner.
So that's super important. Like we highlighted that exactly.
But if you just walk and block and just don't get counter hit, he'll forfeit a lot of space.
Yes. So what's important about that is that entire sequence that GamerB just got off of that single hit, when he forfeits that damage or forfeits that spacing, it leads to so much more for Luke in the corner, right? You get to establish an Oki situation where you're extremely close off of back medium punch, but more importantly, you get that extra damage peppered in because you're in that corner scenario. You can finish it off with an uppercut, and it's just so important. Look, he's already establishing that pace right now.
Look at that, already to the corner. And on top of that, you don't want to eat a back throw in that corner because you know the meaty's coming as well. Just you pointed out, you don't want to be in this situation versus Luke in the corner. It's a lot of damage right there.
And it's so important right now. I think Samurai has had an inkling of what that strategy is that GamerB is trying to implement. He's not giving up as much space as what was talked about from Shine.
And still, GamerB keeping this corner under control. Samurai just trying to fight out.
Oh, huge.
Oh, wow, didn't take the actual punish. Tries to go forward throw, resets it. Goes for the little shimmy right there with the EX. Big damage impossible.
Oh, the delay as well. Scenario. Still pretty huge. Yeah, Samurai is giving up that space again. He is playing the life lead, but at this point of the stage, right, 35 seconds on the clock right now, that is huge. Again, GamerB is in a dangerous scenario. The uppercut, you know Samurai's got it, and he gets it again with the throw, putting himself at match point now.
2 games is what you need to win these sets these days. So Samurai looking real solid. GamerB in trouble, actually, man. It's really crazy because the pace is so under control by Samurai. Tries to go for a small reset right there, possibly.
Man, he's been weaving in and out of these distances that GamerB is trying to play at, and it's nothing to really counter right now from GamerB.
Gets a little meter on top of it. Full CA on the table. Didn't even spend it there. Activation. This is a tough spot to be in. GamerB has a lot to work on. Medium kick confirmed to the V-trigger. Stand heavy punch didn't get his mark.
And that's just fine. I think if GamerB lands a shot with the thermal barrack, he has to save it for these openings, right? He has to get the confirm, because if you thermal barrack after the confirm, you get so much extra distances, Luke. You get to dash up twice and push your corner. Push your corner pressure a lot sooner, but now it's going to be Activation City. That could have been huge.
Crouch jab again. Crouch jab again. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Samurai can definitely close out.
Oh, chip territory again. The tackle, he tried to go for it. GamerB knew it.
Got to be careful. That one could have been dangerous. Could have been dangerous. Chip territory is there. Better be careful with those neutral jumps. But the medium kick, we talked about those stubby normals. That's going to be 2-0 for CLG Samurai. And man, they are looking good. First team battle of the season, and they're up 2-0.
But it sets us up for a pretty big scenario for the tiebreaker set, right? Again, we talked about this right before the match happened. Now that CLG is up 20 points to nothing, Endemic has the opportunity to establish themselves at least 20 points or even 25, considering IDOM is coming up next in the anchor spot. The question is, who is CLG going to send up against one of the biggest threats in the world? Not just NA, in the world.
That's a good point to make, but this is what we were talking about when we were talking about these teams. These teams could actually go either way when it comes to these situations on the home team advantage. You get an opportunity to call them out, and in situations like this, you need those 25 points because that'll give you a lead going out of that team battle. It's genius. It's smart, but it's not easy to do. That means you have to count on the anchor to get that dub, but I mean, that only happens in the case of a tie. So
yeah, so it's only going to happen in the case of a tie, right? Which is a very huge possibility, all things considered, right? Not to take away from CLG, but it is Chris CCH, this man. Steve, when I saw Chris take that seat, this is like the battle of the Titans in NA, right? Chris CCH has been the king of the West Coast
this is
for a
banger.
while right now.
Yo, Street Fighter, show me better Street Fighter, bro. Where do you get these matches, B? Where do we get these matches? You get them in Street Fighter League.
That's right.
That's where you get them. Season 5, we're still alive, and we're still giving you the bangers. Chart-topping matches is what you get here.
You can't call us liars, right? From the get-go, we talked about this, right? We never talk about this, but it has to be said, it only gets better here in Street Fighter League, and it's proven to this point that we only have the best of the best in terms of the World Warriors, right? Everybody's here.
But this is literally, if someone would say this is the best versus the West versus the East, man, some people will tell you that regardless, it's a high-caliber match here that you're only getting in Street Fighter League and possibly some CPT top 8s, but we ain't been there yet,
That's the thing.
and you're here right now.
That's the thing. That's impossible, by the way, because it's region locked, right? CPT, you won't even be able to get this caliber of a match. You'll get it on a grand stage, maybe like Eagle. You might get it at a Capcom Cup, but this is your first preview.
This is an exclusive.
Before, yes, sir, that is indeed the first you'll ever see right here before our very eyes. Chris CCH versus IDOM. It's CLG versus Endemic. First 2, 3.
Yeah, those anchor matches give you the opportunity for another game, but right now, IDOM showing that world caliber worth right now.
It's going to be so important, right? Look at the amount of damage already coming in. The output from IDOM has just been so ridiculous. Look at this, just setting the pace, setting the whips, actually, crouching heavy punch from the perfect distance, not being able to get punished, and again, just establishing it with the V-reversal. That's going to be just fine.
Yeah, that V-reversal is really good for like stopping that loop pressure no matter what, especially when V-trigger is active, and now IDOM has the lead.
It won't work. Yo, shout outs to my man Alex Slay, by the way, the voice of Luke. That guy is a gentle giant, but he is everywhere. I'll tell you what right now, speaking of everywhere, I think that's exactly what Chris is going to be doing, going from the left part of the screen already to the right, but still in the deficit.
Oh, the stand light kick. I love the check. IDOM knows that pressure is what a Luke player, especially my man Chris CCH, is looking for. Great call out, great check. Wouldn't have died from it, so the stand light kick was a good call out.
That was pretty slick. Just backs away just in case the throw is happening. But that's a lot of data coming in from the side of IDOM, or significant data at that, in regards to what Chris CCH wants to do on defense.
Long
Where the whip punish from that far?
But the whip punish, big damage, knockdown in the corner and the forward throw.
I want to say the whip punish, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Plus frames after that, that was perfectly spaced and perfectly timed. That roundhouse is no autoplay button.
Oh, the back medium punch pressure. Let me get the B skill charge up dead. Luke,
this is so sick,
doing Luke things.
Yo, the
Luke
fact
Kings.
that Chris CCH gets to hear like the cheering squad at the same time, it feels like it feels like SBO. When you
powers them up.
When you hear the Gennage in, you go, hey,
hey,
man, it's the same kind of vibe, and I love it.
You
Chris
sound like a
CCH,
young player, my bro. You sound like a young player.
I just might be, but you know.
You know we don't like those guys, right?
Yeah, you love them. You're lying.
I do. All right, here we go.
The whip just being in the perfect spot at all times. Speaking of, the crouching heavy punch, checking Chris CCH, a stand medium kick as well from IDOM. Just really setting the pace again with these whips has been so important as poison. But now this is what happens. What do you do? Excellent tech at the last minute. That could have been a big confirm.
Oh, wow. Trigger steal there. Tries to go for the whip punish. Plus frames here.
The defense from CCH. Again, what are you going to do? Man, just out of range. Thermobaric. Laying on the pepper a little bit. No, sir. You cannot get out of the corner for free, IDOM.
Ready with the DP check, target combo. Trigger steal there. That medium punch pressure. Just getting down with this pressure.
Huge.
Probably looking for a throw. That's stun. That's the round. Oh, my gosh. Chris CCH taking the first game from IDOM.
In that range where he's able to sweep your crouch fierce. So if you don't want to do stand fierce because it's easy to whip punish, you can just walk up stand strong just to gain some space back.
And Knuckles giving words of wisdom to IDOM in the second game right now.
That's crazy.
And CLG, one of the new teams on the block, looking to make a big upset, I will call it, with this matchup.
Oh, yeah, sweep. Everybody called it too. Sweep, big punish. My voice cracked. Anyways.
You were just trying to be with the team. I hear you. They're calling out the sweeps from Chris CCH. I feel like the Anton, the Filipino man, power up to Chris CCH is such a call out. And he even said no. Did you hear Chris? He said nope. But wait a minute. Trigger's active this time around. This is IDOM. Big damage right here. Stance cancel.
Take it from the book of Samurai right there. EX uppercut.
Yo, let him cook a little bit. There's the forward throw and the stun. IDOM. That's the round.
That's the thing. You don't want it to cook for too long, right? Nobody's gonna want to eat that.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, my man IDOM, a master chef.
What's the ingredient of the day, chef?
Oh man, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's patience and whip punishing and whip punishing. That's what we call it. That cool whip. The cool whip.
Cool whip. Oh, speaking of whips, again, how many times did you land?
Ooh, V-Ship gets the crush. Big follow-up on the damage. Trigger, stun on the table right now. And there's the trigger I was looking for earlier. And look at this barrage on the defense of Chris CCH, playing a lot more offensive base right now. Looking, shoulda, coulda been an EX. Shoulda, coulda been an EX.
Gotta be a little bit quicker than that.
Oh, you gotta be quicker than that.
Oh, no whiff punishes there, but it's fine.
Once again, that could have been big damage. Beats the V trigger, crouching, medium punch. V-Shift actually saves him this time, Chris CCH. Zoning in.
I think he's saving it for moments for the kill.
Reversal, close enough, and you gotta know that. You gotta know that. -3, I believe it was a -3 if I'm not mistaken.
So it makes sense too, right? If there's a moment where he gets those low forwards and he's not confirming it, he's scheming for the big hit, right? He was peppering it a little bit of damage, right? That's the secret ingredient, right? A little bit of pepper for the seasoning, and it was just the perfect opportunity from Chris CCH to put all the meter out there. But what happens when you're at the meter deficit, right? Now, Idom
gets to play. Oh, big jump in.
So we thought.
Throw. I'm looking for a medium punch this time. No, actually going for the heavy kick.
That makes sense off of forward throw.
Off of forward throw in the corner, yeah. EX. Molten cocktail burning down. The jump in works. Big damage here. And push to the corner. V-shift to get out of there on both sides. This
is so sick.
Smart, and that should be it. Chris CCH. And this is first to 3 up 2 games over Idom. This is an SFL exclusive. You can only see it here. So you better check the archives or you better be here live. What a match. This was not, you damn right it wasn't in the script. I can tell you right now, Endemic is like, what do we do? We're scrambling in the pit right now. Big damage, bro.
Steve, when have we ever had a script?
I mean, you know what?
What season did we ever have
Look.
one? I'll tell you right now, it's definitely off the wall, definitely off the script right now. The way that Chris has been playing, he's had the reads against Idom that entire round in that set. But this is so important right now. Yes, sir.
Wake up,
pumping the brakes on Idom.
Chris
Stuck in the
CCH.
corner. The stun could be imminent. It could be happening.
Oh no, what was that? That's going to give Idom a chance. Why would you do that? There's a throw, take throw pressure, V-trigger on the table for Luke now, looking for the sweep. EX, oh my God, you got to hold the red bottoms. V-reversal works out, gives up the potentiality for that V-trigger, almost got whiff punished. And just like that, trigger almost back on the table again, reading on the projectiles, reads on the DP. Idom says, you know who I am? I am that man.
Still votes of confidence coming in from the Captain Samurai, still saying you're playing amazing. But man, speaking of amazing, that normal is actually kind of amazing.
And medium kick.
And cancelable. Why?
She needs it. In the words of the boy Nerd Josh, she needs it. Don't look at me like that.
I wish I could look at Josh.
You're a young player. I don't want to hear anything you have to say.
He doesn't exist in this game, Steve.
You're a Karen player. I don't want to hear anything you have to say. Back to the match.
Are you okay? We got to get that disinfectant.
I had to make sure I cleared my throat there.
Oh, gross. I hope all the viewers at home didn't get infected.
Right. That was a fake cough. Oh. Man, Chris CCH is just looking for the whip punish. What a confirm on the medium punch. Holding north on the controller. Gets clipped. Idom, you are in trouble.
No overheads. He's not going to go for an overhead. Yeah. Idom was already ready for that. Looking for that activation, but he's still one touch away. And it's going to, even via lights, it's going to be enough damage.
Using that far E-trigger multi-cocktail. That poison cocktail, both dash up, but nothing. Neither one of them draw. Full CA on the table and no V-reversal to stop it, but I'm not going to need it. Idom still alive in the set. 2-1. 2-1, what's up? It's the best, bro. I dare you to find me better street. This is the first
Steve,
day
stop spinning at me.
I just walked in the office. I haven't even had my coffee, damn it.
I feel like if we were in an actual subway, the acoustics would be insane.
Bruh.
As it stands right now.
Yo, damn.
One thing's for certain. My arm's going to fall off if Steve doesn't stop grabbing me. Number 2, Idom with the patience of a saint. This guy knows exactly what needs to be done to make the comeback happen. He was literally at a single pixel.
They was already writing my man off. They were already writing my man off. Have you seen the poise of my man Idom?
Is that on a missing poster?
I'm just
the poise of Idom. Have you seen it? There's a reward for it right now.
That's right. Hey, look.
It's 20 points.
Look at it. It's right here. It is 20 points on the line, actually. You're right.
You can't disguise it. It's actually right here. Again,
full crouch medium kick.
Having that patience is something that's a different kind of level that can't be taught.
Stand medium kick confirmed. They trade a little bit, but here's the activation after the knockdown. Chris CCH. Still feeling in control. You can tell the momentum is strong. Back throw with a little gray on top of it. That's going to be a chunk of life. Idom with the lead and the corner positioning.
And look at this, right? We've seen this from Idom bullying Luke in the corner, or at least Chris CCH, I should say, specifically. But yeah, and I like Chris CCH bulldogging right back. The threat of the low meaty kick is always going to be important.
Oh.
Tender's too far out. No punish, though.
The reversal gets the knockdown. Idom just whittling away. There's a great, you look at a little aged on the life bar. Chris CCH tries to use the EX dash. There's the target. No trigger to activate the charge. Gets the trade. Chris CCH is in trouble, but he can smell blood in the water. Oh, text the throw. 32 seconds left on the clock. No CA on the table just yet. And there's the bar. Going to remove it from the table altogether, but puts a round on the board for Idom once again, who's down 2-1 in this set.
And again, that was a guess for game scenario. I think there was movement on the side of Chris CCH in regards to what he wanted to do on defense. But as it stands right now, Chris CCH is still trying to bulldog his way. I think he takes a lot more damage than not, right? It's been a lot more effective for Idom, more so than Chris CCH. But he got his first opening, right? Low, medium kick, but it's still not going to be enough. He needs to go for those flash knuckle confirms, the EX flash knuckle specifically, to get his momentum going.
Crouching heavy punch right there. No.
Oh, what a big contention there for Chris CCH.
Chris be getting a little ballsy out here when he be playing these. And they could get him in trouble. Uses the armor on the EX, crush counter sweep, jump to get out of the corner. I like it. Side switch 2. Activate off the stand heavy.
Trims again, still gets the light. Look at the amount of damage, and the side switch, even more so important. The meaty, crouching medium punch. So much extra damage, let him cook up. The stun, no, you're dead, it doesn't even matter. Set it and forget it. I'm telling you right now, man. Idom maximizing the damage output, but even if it didn't kill, that stun was trailing right behind it just in case.
Damn, the poison easy bake oven, bro. With the molten cocktail.
Cooking up the rotisserie chicken. I was just talking about this before we even went on. So, man, I'm hungry. I'll tell you what, Idom is definitely hungry for that W as well. He's still trailing behind just one game against CCH, trying to get this tiebreaker moment.
Getting clipped right now, 2-2 for this set right here. 2-2 for this set right here. Chris CCH definitely ain't making it easy. Gets the target and the knockdown. Goes for a mini shimmy, spins a little bar to keep the advantage. Idom fights out of there with a stand heavy punch. Another target combo knockdown. Chris CCH on a roll. There's a throw into the corner. Looking for the shimmy, spins more bar.
That's the first time we've actually seen the V-Skill 2 utilized. If I'm not mistaken, I may be wrong actually. I think there hasn't been a lot of that use.
Yeah,
I think Chris CCH is trying to like force Idom to really think about it. That is a huge jump in again. How many times has he gotten these jump ins against Idom?
It's far and in between, but the thing is, the placement that Chris CCH has is what really gives him the opportunity to get it. There's a trade right there. You're still cooking. What a check on the V-Skill right there while you're on fire. My man is still on fire. He's like a stunt man. Still getting the job done.
And I love the defense there from CCH. He got clipped initially. That could have been a big confirm. But speaking of big confirm, I feel like, did he have meter before that even happened? I don't even know. But the flash knuckle there. Oh, the whip punish is there. It's a great start for Chris.
Young Chris CCH is on a roll.
It's so good. That V-Skill 2 is so dominant. So actually, so
Tapping
good in
legs.
general.
Chris CCH on set point. This could be a 3-0 sweep for CLG's first appearance here in Street Fighter League.
Big punish!
Expecting a fireball, but didn't get it. Jab, jab, check. I got target though, and no trigger used.
Not yet, not yet. That's going to be so dangerous there for Idom, right? He's not going to get that comeback factor that he's looking for Trigger. But speaking of Trigger, here comes the rest of the game. No! I think he could have spent it, Steve.
He could have spent it. Trigger on the table. Gray life on the bar this time.
Is he trying to set a message? He's trying to set a message.
You gotta be careful. Oh, the confirmed CA is gonna be a chunk of damage, but it's not gonna get the kill. The reversal now is there for poison, so this isn't too bad for Idom. But you need one more hit. Check. Oh my God. 27 seconds left on the clock.
It's so nerve-wracking.
20 seconds.
Oh my God. He's going to do it, by the way. But if Chris CCH get it, can he get a full-on sweep?
Oh, the EX, no meter on either side.
10 seconds on the clock.
Left on the clock.
And he's winding down. The chip damage is there.
The numbers are red.
If the tie
numbers are red.
5 seconds on the clock.
Walks up, V reversal. Oh my God.
Either way, if he doesn't kill here, he gets the kill and he hangs in there. He didn't let it go to tie.
I dare you. Find me better, Street Fighter. This is day one. Literally day one, week one. final round. Oh my God. Look at Gamers B's face. He knows. The cheese was so real.
What a whip punish. Oh, sorry. What a punish in general.
No, you had it right. That was a whip punish. That was definitely a whip punish. Ooh, tap the legs. Oh, target. Let me get that knockdown in the corner.
That's huge.
Tries
Look
to
at the
hit a button.
damage. Uppercut.
Ooh,
Jesus.
damage.
No
Look for
more
the throw.
strength.
One more for the stun. You got to hold this. There's the opening up. Crouch and medium kick. Gets the triple side switch.
Doing somersaults everywhere.
Fishing with the heavy punch. You got to be careful. One confirm here from Chris can close out this set, and it's getting closer for Idom. Look at, what an anti-other crouching medium punch.
Oh, this is still dangerous, though, on the other side. Is he going to spin it for heart rate, or is he looking for the confirm? It's a super, that's huge! Chrissy CH could actually get it done! More than enough damage! Uppercut into the critical art, it whiffs!
Oh my God! That happens sometimes. So much hit deterioration on the combo makes the super whiff. You
It's
gotta
just
be
too high
careful,
up. No,
man.
he had to end it in a different way.
Yeah, no,
it
that's
was
true,
way too high up. Oh my God!
Not dead. Oh my
I can't believe it. I legit cannot believe it. Chrissy CH had it in the palm of his hands. 2 instances over on match point, by the way. And Dom immediately goes to his teammates to get the subtle pop off, but it's so well deserved. He was fighting for his life.
I am taken aback. We just got here. First day in the office. First day in the Street Fighter League offices.
Oh my God!
Oh. Yo, this is the first team. Man, let's go.
All right.
This is the first team battle.
Let's talk about this
Find
right
me
now.
better, Street. I'm telling you right now.
This
can't.
This is huge, right? This happened in Street Fighter League earlier, or like in day 1. We actually got to see the new rule being put into play. The sudden death battle. What happens now? Who's going to send up who? The teams are going to be discussing it, right? But it is first to 1 for an extra 5 points, right? We had the potential of a full-on sweep of 40 points from CLG. It could have happened. There were 2 slight mishaps. But as it stands right now, Endemic clawing their way back to good graces. And I got to say, man, Idom is that dude. He's definitely that dude. Like, it's at the way it went down, kind of a shocker. But if you look at it on paper, it's like, Idom could do this, but man, you had to see it to believe it. You had to see it to believe it.
If you actually think about it, we talked about how strong it is having a player like Idom at the end. My man's the anchor for a reason. And look at what happened. See, Chris CCH playing an amazing game. And oh my God, they're going to do it to us again? I believe we're going to have a run back for the first tiebreaker, first to what? This is yes! This is why I'm here. This is why I'm here.
I'm not going to lie to you, man. There are a couple of events that I look forward to every single year in the fighting game community. This is it.
Yes, this is one of mine. 100%.
Like,
one of mine. 100%.
Again, CLG was pretty much speeding through the competition, and as soon as they got to the stop sign, Officer Idom was like, listen, I'm going to need some license and registration. I feel like you're too young to be piloting this aircraft. Yeah, he's stopping them in the air because they're flying through the car. Yeah, you know.
I'm
license and
ready
registration
for
for your
fight.
jets and your aircraft, please.
I can't do it again. I can't. Yes, I can. Street Fighter 5.
You could. I wasn't going to stop
Here
you.
we go.
Here we go. This is the sudden death battle, first to 1 between Chris CCH and Idom. CLG versus Endemic. Who's going to take the better of each other here? Again, 5 points going to be awarded to the winner. We're going to see how it plays out so far. Just testing it out so far. I said that literally right before the other. I'm just not excited, to be honest with you. Oh my God, the big opener.
And this is
I got to fix my face a little bit.
a little more offense on the side of Idom, but I feel like that's what got him in trouble last time. Those whip punishes that came from Chris CCH really did feel like he had a read on what Idom was going for. And you could tell right there, crouching medium kick whiff, gets the knockdown, and just now pressuring towards his corner.
Yes, yeah. You're right. No, I mean, again, just looking at the way that Chris CCH has been playing, oh my God. I don't think it's going to kill.
I don't know, bro. You dead, B. Yeah, you dead.
Oh, I gotta go. Hey, I gotta go.
Luke. I gotta
go.
You were dead.
No, I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here.
You think this guy, bro?
Hey, man, it was a great season. I had an awesome time. That was one call I thought that was gonna be.
I wish I saw the look around. He's like, I think you're okay.
I
The look back and forth, and I was like, bro, I don't think you know.
I definitely know, but there was a lot of hits. A lot of scaling on that.
Back throw.
Man, that's too much damage.
You said that's too much damage?
That's too much damage.
Some would say not enough. But here we go.
Nobody in the realm of Street Fighter would say that's
Nobody would say that. Nobody would say that. Stand heavy punch. Keeping that pressure going. Ooh, damn. Oh. Knockdown. And Chris CCH running away with this game. Oh. Cancels in the V trigger. Checks the advance.
Oh, that's huge. The micro step back. The big opener for CCH.
Oh,
that could have been it.
Plus, oh my God, the jab might have been maybe the throw tech coming from Chris CCH maybe, but it was a counter hit, so able to change the jab on the combos.
100%. Yep. It wasn't movement that Chris decided to utilize. I think it might have been the throw. It might have been the throw. Man, down to the wire. Exactly what we could expect with these two titans.
Oh, the anti-air. Side switch in the back throw again. And just instant jump from Chris CCH back to the middle of the screen. Idon wastes the bar on that EX and the viewer reversal comes out for Chris CCH, finds a combo and a lot closer to danger. A lot closer to this corner.
Oh, that's huge! One
more. You gotta hold that, and that's the throw. Chris CCH for CLG closes out a nail-biter team battle in a death match overtime because they were tied, and we get to see that rule in play on the first team battle. But damn, what a set.
I gotta say, man, I am absolutely floored with the way that it turned out, right? When we talked about that final match between Chris CCH and Idom in the anchor seat, there was a lot that could be said, right? CLG could walk away with a very important victory, getting 40 points, but that wasn't what happened, right? Idom, tooth and nail, went down to the wire and tied it up. But at the same time, I gotta say, with Endemic, that's not a rough start at all. 20 points on the board, that's a lot more than you can take away, right, in that scenario. So, again, ideally you want 40 points, obviously, but still, getting 20 points to 25, not too bad. Not too bad at all. I gotta say, man, I'm about to lose my voice. it's only like the first week and I'm already dying.
Dog, this is crazy, bro. This is absolutely crazy. What a team battle to start us off here for Street Fighter League Season 5.
Where else can you find this caliber of matches? Like,
I dare you.
Consistently. Like,
it's all Street Fighter League, bro. It's all Street Fighter League. And I ain't even
It's not an open bracket. It's not
an
Reeds
open
and Rock.
bracket. You're right. And
where else can you find it?
It's right here. It's right here. And I would love to hear what CLG had to say about their first team battle victory here of all Street Fighter League ever. Today, we're going to take it to Rob TV on the stage with CLG.
CLG burst onto the Street Fighter League scene with an amazing victory. I mean, I don't even think you're supposed to start off a season playing that ridiculous. Why are you hurting our hearts like that? Chris CCH, clutch win against Idom. How are you feeling right now?
I mean, I'm feeling amazing. Like you said, we just burst onto the scene. I just burst onto Street Fighter League for the first time and played against probably, maybe the best performing player in this entire league. Very first match. I feel very good about how I played. I think that's a fantastic way to start. I couldn't have asked for anything better.
I feel like you exactly show us why you should have been on Street Fighter League this whole time. But, I feel blessed, and I'm sure everybody watching at home feels amazing as well. The fact that you are finally here. There was this one spot where I'm pretty sure your teammates all had a heart attack. You guys can tell me if I'm wrong. My man does DP in the super. I thought it was over, and then it actually just whiffs underneath. Like, where was your mind at when you saw that happen? As soon as the CA started, were you like, oh, this is probably gonna miss?
Yeah, as soon as the CA happened, I was like, I did the heavy DP too hard. It's a difficult combo. They even fixed it a little bit. I was just off. When the pressure is that high, which one you want to risk more? Do you want to risk doing the really low DP that's gonna go into super but might whiff if you really mess up, or do you want to risk doing the high one that So if I'm gonna mess up the combo, I try to mess it up so I'm at least earlier. It's better than my DP whiffing at least. If my DP had whiffed there, I think that would have been a lot more scared. So,
ladies and gentlemen, Chris CCH showing us why he is one of the best players in the world today. A multitude of characters, and I'll tell you what, he's a young guy and playing that phenomenal, and the new generation is starting to take over. You see they have Chris CCH. You see, of course, they have Just a Kid, who just put on amazing performances at EVO, and they're continuing that here at Street Fighter League. CLG with a statement victory, putting the whole league on notice, and I'm not the only one excited. I know you guys are hyped to see the rest of these matches, and you have that coming right to you after this break.
So then, you really want to go through the trouble? Fine.
Oh, we caught him in air! Wheel back in his seat. It's like, this is your first time tuning into Street Fighter League. Where have you been? We've been waiting for you.
This is Street Fighter League.
Looks like I can have a little fun now.
We're about to take you on a mad, wild journey.
Oh my God. I was actually in awe.
Street Fighter League is coming to see who is the best in the world. And I'll tell you right now, it's only the beginning.
I will fight you.
Gachiku!
Oh,
wow,
Gachiku.
Oh, that is really unfortunate. You saw that exchange right there. We've seen something open with punish it a couple of times, but the jump bags, Kino stealing it all back from Gachiku. You can't jump in the corner. What are you doing? Oh!
Oh my God, just 1 second left and it runs out the clutch. Just teasing, just lots of tea. Get the kettle warmed up.
And he gets the stun. That was nasty.
It's even more an international players ball. We're getting players from all over the world. And I said it before, but we're getting the best players here to show you guys off.
No time to be wasted.
I think there's gonna be more than enough to jump in.
There's no escape.
That was actually broken.
That was actually ridiculous. Can I get the digital scissors on that, please? Street Fighter League Season 5. I'm actually still recovering from that last team battle. And what
You're recovering? You almost tore my arm off. I'm sorry to interrupt. Sorry about that.
I'm sorry.
Please.
I'm sorry. But we still have another team battle coming up. It's going to be NASRxBandits going up against Panda. And I believe Hollywood, Rob TV, has an interview with NASRxBandits.
Everyone loves a winner. But you know what's harder than winning? Doing it 2 times. And that's exactly what we saw from Team Nasr. But what else is special here is the fact that, speaking of 2s, we have 2 pairs of brothers in Big Bird and Angry Bird, and Mena and Kaba, actually coming together to form what I would call what's known as a super team to take on all of Street Fighter League. Fellas, how in the world did this come together? Big Bird, you can tell us first. You were the captain of Nasr last year. How in the world did we get such an amazing team? No weaknesses.
It was actually, it happened between Angry Bird and Mena. So they were like, on Twitter, they messaged each other. And they said, I asked Angry Bird, Mena and Kaba would be a good team for us.
Yeah.
So we haven't spoken to them yet. So Angry Bird messaged Mena, and she said, SFL? And Mena said, yeah, why not?
Literally, just SFL question mark.
Yeah.
That's it. So, I have to ask, Angry Bird, we know you for, of course, you're an amazing player and everything. But outside of just that, we know you for that energy, man. You know what I'm saying? We know you for that hype, that intensity. And of course, Kaba, I would say, is known as the king of that. How in the world are y'all even going to contain, you and Kaba on the same team? Like, what do you, have y'all actually thought about that?
Yeah, we're going to destroy this thing.
All I'm going to say is, you better have noise-canceling headphones.
100%.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, that's actually ridiculous. Okay, and as far as this team right now, Angry Bird, how do you think you guys stack up against the rest of the league?
I think all the teams are great. Obviously, all of them are, have good combinations with each other. Obviously, our team has no weakness because all of us are top players. In our case, our team is very good against every matchup. I wouldn't say every team,
every character matchup. So before we come into here, we don't look at who's here, obviously. We look at the matchups. So if our characters can cover the matchups, then we're ready against everyone.
Okay, and you know, with you bringing up character matchups and all that, we can't talk about that without bringing up the 11 master. It's either my guy Mena or Momochi, which I know you want to run that money match or whatever with Momochi. But my guy Mena, the Raging Bull, one of the most intelligent guys on the scene, one of the most passionate, and one of the best players in general. This team that you can have around you right now is absolutely amazing. When it comes to that clutch spot, who takes that spot?
Whoever wins the captain match, in my opinion, I told Mena that, he should stay, whoever wins it, because he's already on form.
Yeah.
He got the momentum going. And whoever is going to play is either the person who just lost or someone who's going to come off and is going to be cold.
Okay.
So I suggested that, but also it depends on the possible matchups that we have.
Okay, that's smart. And you know, speaking on the format, Mena, how do you feel about the new format in general?
It favors the team that is the best pound by pound. So there's some teams that have players that can give us trouble. Maybe 1 or 2 players are like especially troublesome. But I think all 4 of us are especially troublesome for all the teams here. So pound by pound, like the format is good for us. Last year, it was more about getting rid of that special player. Let's say item, I'm gonna get rid of item with this, hurt the best player on the team. But now it's about hurting the team itself and also worrying about defense. So it's definitely different. I feel like the disadvantage is bigger for whoever it's on the receiving side.
On the away team.
Yeah, but also like your advantage is bigger, so we just have to see how it works here.
Bro, I'll tell you what, man. This team, in my opinion, is easily going to be a fan favorite. I mean, we have brotherhood, we have skill, and we definitely have trash talking as well with Angry Bird and, of course, my man's Kaba. And we're going to see if brotherhood and all of that is enough to take on and to win another championship for Team NASR. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Bandits and NASR. Best of luck in you guys' next match.
That's pretty cool. Like, you get to consider it like the all-star game of Street Fighter League, right? You have like the dream matchups that you're always like really looking forward to when it comes to the actual battles. But what happens when you actually form that team of like super killers in just like one cohesive unit? It's so wild because every one of these teams have stacked killers. In fact, we do have Panda, and actually you are the one that actually got that breakdown with the interview. Speaking of which, let's take a look at what Panda had to say going into their matchup beforehand against NASRxBandits.
Street Fighter League Season 5, still alive. It's your boy Tasty Steve, and I'm here what I like to call the Super Friends, the boy group of Street Fighter League. We're here with Team Panda. How's it going? Well, I'm here with the captain. Punk, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good today. I feel really good, excited to play.
Hey, I mean, you look like you sitting real pretty with your boys right now. These are your friends. How does it feel to actually have a team? I feel like this is built from your heart.
Honestly, I like playing with my friends the most because they're the players that I like to watch the most, and they're the players that, you know, I want to put on my team. And, the way I see it is, why help a random person get money that might be better than my friends and we still lose? Then why not lose with my friends and let them get some money too, you know?
Yo, I'm gonna tell you right now, that's very Captain America of you, bro. We going down with the ship. I'm just letting you know. I like the way you did that. But anyways, yo, Kami, you're a traitor, man. You was on UYU, now you with Panda. What is going on right now?
Look, there's 2 of them on here, though.
Right?
Yeah, we both traded. We had to,
You gonna throw him under the bus? You gonna throw him under the bus too? Wow.
I was alone
Wow.
before I came along. Yeah. But it feels good to be back, I feel like it's pretty funny considering I used to be on UYU, now I'm on Panda, and I'll have to play UYU, eventually. So I feel like it's pretty funny for that aspect.
So wait, are you gonna cheer against UYU? You have to? Don't act like you have to.
I have to. I have to. You feel me? Friends was always first.
Okay. Yo, nephew, I know you soft-spoken, but how's it feel, man? You back with us in Street Fighter League again, and you getting to play. Once you told us before, this is one of your best friends and training partners. How does it feel to be back on a new squad with Panda?
Yeah, I feel like it just wouldn't feel right if I wasn't on a team with Punk again, because we've been on the same team for 2 years in a row now, so this is the 3rd one. Like, if I were on another team, it would feel like bad playing against all of my friends, so I just wouldn't want to do that.
Well, look, I can't wait to see you get back in action, man. You know I'm a big fan of your play. But we do have a long-time player in Street Fighter League returning to the fold. My boy, Jay B, back with the boys. How's it been, man? How's it feel to be back out here with us?
It feels good. It feels good. I haven't been here since I wasn't in the last one, so it feels really good to finally be back.
Well, look, man, hopefully we get you, make sure you get some points on the board this time. You know I'm a fan of your play, but I'm glad you're with the boys. You know, I'm glad you're with the boys.
I'm ready to get some. Don't worry about that.
All right. So look, first I'm going to go back to the captain. I want to know your overall strategy, bro. NASRxBandits is going to be your next opponent. How does it feel going up against these guys? Rob TV called them a super group, one of the strongest teams out there. How are you feeling? What's your thoughts on it?
I definitely do think they're probably the best team here, but, you know, I don't really care about that stuff, so it don't really matter to me. They're all really good. Honestly, I think maybe Mena and Angry Bird are two of the, you know, 3 best players here on one team, so it's kind of hard to fight that team, but I feel like, you know, I could do anything, so they don't really bother me, and, you know, I have my teammates also, so, you know, as long as you have the teammates and I feel like I'm good enough, then I feel like we should be okay against them. You know, it's a hard team, but, you know, we Team Panda.
Hey, that's what I like there. It is a very strong team, man. I'm not going to take that away from you. But I'm going to tell you right now, you guys should take note. I like Captain Punk. I like Captain Punk because I feel like you're fighting because you got some on the line this time around and you don't want to let your boys down.
Yeah, nah, never. I always want to win for my friends, so I'm coming out in full force the whole time I'm here.
Okay, well, that being said, I can't wait to see what comes down the line. To the team battles we go. We'll see you guys right after this.
And it was very interesting talking to Punk as well as the rest of the team about how they feel being back. I call this is like the boy band group, but they're super strong. They're super strong. They're all friends.
Of course.
They play together. They're super strong. Of course, I talked to Kami a little bit about switching teams, and he said he's definitely going to root against UIU, which you have to, he says. He says he has to. I don't know. I don't know. But
I feel like underneath he's wearing the jersey, like just in case.
Just in case.
You know,
there's still his T-shirt is his throwback, but no, just the team itself seems very, very strong. I feel like it gives them a lot of incentive to win. Punk taking the lead on the team and being like, "Hey, I'm playing for my homies. I want them to get the money too. Want them to get in the money, get these championship rings too." Is a sentiment I really like to see. And we got Angry Bird going up against JB, the return to Street Fighter League. This is going to be a great match.
Yeah. So just to kind of talk about what the order is for the away side, right? JB, Nephew, and Punk is what you could expect. That puts Kami pretty much in the rafters for now. But it is a pretty strong lineup, right? Starting things off with Rashid, kind of following up with Luke, and then the ultimate boss, right, with Punk. But I will say that there's going to be quite a surprise. Speaking of which, Angry Bird going off with Ken. We've seen how dominant his Ken was, same with Big Bird, and how much of a difference it is playing offline. So this is a significant pick. We'll see if JB's prepared for it.
All right, crouching medium kick. Footsie's one of the strongest tools in the arsenal of Angry Bird. Good pressure starting off early, and JB already in this corner.
Damn, this song is sick.
Yeah, this song is buff. Oh, shout out to Street Fighter 3, Next Generation, and Third Strike. Oh, look at the footsies with the fireballs, just running into him. Rashid, you do have to kind of play a little bit like that.
Yeah, that raw activation in front of Angry Bird like that was a little rough. That's going to be huge. And the side switch, more importantly, regular uppercut. Potential throw. Yeah, he was looking for any sort of bait. JB using the V skill, getting out of the corner, but it's not enough.
You can try to stand at the range where you can crush counter the fireball.
Really strong this season. I'm glad to see we got a little more consistency with the Ken players just all over the world, especially right here at Street Fighter League. Stand medium punch.
It's such a cool confirm, by the way. Man, I love that. Stand medium punch into the Tatsu. So much damage, so much carry. So important.
Ken still flashy as ever. Good tech right there to keep the neutral. Still fighting in the middle of the stage.
Oh,
Angry Bird real comfortable. Just walking back and forth, moving a lot with Ken. That V skill 1 gonna let him challenge in the neutral a little bit. But no challenge needed here as we get the full CA conversion. Big damage, smell my feet.
That's gross. I don't know why you couldn't even say it with a straight face. Oh my god. Looking for the throw bait as well, but still JB has such a tough hill to climb. You know, it is stunted right at the base of the mountain, hitting the heel of Ken, getting the first game. Angry Bird, who is whispering into... Man, he's about to drop an R&B album. I think that's Punk,
Punk on the Quiet Storm over here on the mic.
I thought he was going to drop some... I was going to throw some bars in there. But anyways, all jokes aside, this is going to be a great start for JB. Does get the counter hit conversion. Spinning mixer's not going to be enough. The stun will actually do a lot. Okay.
Tries to bait the throw, maybe a button. Actually, back to the corner you go. All EX.
Ooh.
You know, almost, man, there's a lot of mileage that Angry Bird gets off of these fireballs, right? As much as he's been traveling around the world, I'll tell you what, the freaking fire miles are just adding up again. Fireballs to get the big opener against JB.
Oh, catches the V reversal. First set was the Thunder Kick ender, and now the throw. I feel like Angry Bird is doing such a good job of shutting down the neutral that JB wants to play.
And how is he doing that, Steve? It's exactly through the fireballs, right?
Yeah,
Again,
he's literally just controlling the neutral. You're kind of scared to hit a button. He does have that crazy V skill. Oh, what a backdash on the DP. Back to the corner we go. And it's challenges like that. Standing medium punch, crouching medium punch. Haven't seen too many crouching medium kicks, but the fireballs kind of cover that extra range because we know that Rashid really wants to get in.
It's funny, like I think the wheelhouse of options that Angry Bird presents is pretty good. It's pretty solid, right? JB's just been trying to traverse a lot past the normals or what's been presented thus far. We see the medium kicks now back in play. We saw a lot of those in game number 1. Oh yes, the little stutter step into the throw.
I love how simple this game is to get the W. It's just throw, dash up, that I get to confirm on a button, go back to neutral. Makes him hold the whirlwind. Another fireball. Back to this control with the fireball game. And I love what I'm seeing from Angry Bird. Another confirm with the standing medium punch. And you know what I say? The hot foot, you're dead. Flash.
Damn.
Quick games here.
That was a lot of confidence from the side of Angry Bird, too. You saw him get that confirm, immediately took off the headset. He's like, you know, my job is done. JB looking a little flustered on that one, too. I don't know if you guys got to see the player cams, but a little bit of frustration there from the side of JB. I got kind of mixed, but, you know, I got to say, it wasn't for nothing. I got to say there's a lot of data to be digested in the way that Angry Bird wants to play this Ken, which should be great in future games to come, right?
So it's really kind of, man, the fourth player dynamic is really killing me, especially when I don't know, right? I don't know who's going to come up last for, you know, the opposing team, right? For the home team, because they kind of have that extra advantage of knowing, right? But,
well, yeah, no, by default, right? Yeah,
right.
They have the opportunity to get the counter picks going against an established team with the away side. Yeah.
So I'm really interested to see, like, what player or what character do they think is best left at this anchor position, obviously, right? Especially going in, they already have this lead. 2-0 was the count right there for JB versus Angry Bird. But now, the big one, the Big Bird coming up, going up against Nephew. You can see it right there on your screen as these guys get set up, man. The second team battle this week, the first one going to the tail end, ending in a tie. And this one going pretty smooth already for NASRxBandits.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of questioning who Big Bird is going to be using in regards
Just walk
to
back.
the Luke play.
He's kind of close to you. He'll whip low forward and stand medium kick a lot, especially stand medium kick. He always whips that button if you just walk backwards.
Oh, I forgot. The Angry Bird. The Angry Bird.
Nah, it's not good. It's just
I thought that was the cameraman for a second. I was like, my man is supporting the birds, huh? What a team.
Dude, I just realized,
Bandits.
man, when we get to see the other half of that team, it's actually kind of crazy. Mena RD as well. Man,
that team is broken, dude.
With Kaba, dude, these guys are going to be hype as hell. I'll tell you right now, these guys were the loudest in the studio. You could hear it down the block. We actually had noise complaints because of these two.
Right.
But that's not true.
They was trying to kick us out, man.
We're in the subways now. We went from the studio to the subway.
Oh, I love this stage. Yo, I love this stage.
This is my background forever. Anytime I have a green screen up, this is going to be my background forever. It's so cool. Arcade of Destiny. It's so cool. That's not the official name for it, but it should be. Anyways.
Right. Homage to all these classic Capcom titles. Forward throw. And we still got the US SFL League logo back there.
Ooh. So nice you get to say League twice, huh? Already get the confirms. Luke now, of course, through the hands of Nephew. Forward throw. He's not opting to go for that meaty scenario with the roundhouse, right? He wants to intimidate a little bit more with that presence of being up closer.
And just harass him with what these stubby normals, man. These stubby normals really doing work.
Ooh. Man, that riff is actually kind of nasty.
It is going ham right now. Jab pressure once again. We've seen it a lot from the Luke's.
Yeah, see, I told you, it's easy. You just let him whiff, let him do dumb things all the time. It's an easy win.
You can hear Punk still giving advice to young Nephew.
Ooh, ooh.
Ooh, low forward.
Dash up twice over. A delayed on the crouch medium punch. Nephew already knew it, but still not ready for the throw. And look at this, already into the corner. That's going to be a lot of damage. Counter hit, combo exclusive only. Off that counter hit, by the way. Throw is going to do it.
Big damage.
Yeah, Nephew knew it as well. Damn, I thought that was a Street Fighter 6 line coming in from Tasty Steve. Oh, some big damage.
Oh, the check this time around. Big Bird not letting it happen. Minna with the pump up from the team bench. One round apiece in this first game.
Specifically for this outfit that Big Bird has, it reminds me of the Kobe Bryant Lower Merion jersey.
Yo.
It's so sick. Anyways.
Target combo, crouch and medium punch confirm into another one. And I love this game coming from Nephew. Very reminiscent of his Colleen play.
Oh.
Bro, the song is going off.
It's pretty good. It's a pretty good song. It's more of the riffs, man. These guys go in on the guitar. Speaking of going in, now here comes Big Bird, peppering a lot of the mediums. The V-skill afterwards to follow pursuit, but here comes that V-trigger activation from the side of Nephew.
Oh, medium kick again, and wait a minute. Big Bird looking to close out, chewing away on the light bar. Almost had the trade combo, another one. Not close enough to get the CA and the raid with the long screen fireball.
That was
the recovery.
That was actually kind of lucky. I think just outside of range and Luke getting punished off of his fireball because his hurt box is still extended.
No, I think that's exactly what happened. And he was full screen, but the recovery from the fireball full screen was still there. And he got hit by the punish full screen fireball from Luke.
Big chance scenario that paid off for Big Bird. Ooh.
Going back to this fireball game, they've both seen what they're willing to do in the neutral. Big Bird getting a little more antsy. Crosscut DP.
Even Angry Bird felt that one. He's like, nice!
We're at season 5 and we still haven't gotten an Angry Bird noise shirt, bro. We need this nice merchandise, bro.
Needs to happen. You hear it. Ooh. Look at the amount of damage. Even if it's off a block, the Sandblasters are really racking up.
And if you think about it, it's crazy because Big Bird's back is to the wall, and the aggressor is Nephew, but the life lead is still looking in advantage, but not close enough to get the confirm. Activate this time around.
AX uppercut pays dividends for Nephew. That bet was huge, and it paid off. Now having the slight life lead as well. Yeah, trigger to back it up.
Trigger still active for both the forward throw. Another first round looking good.
Overhead's too far for that.
Baited.
And that's
nice
an absolute bait. Yes, sir.
But we saw this in that first game, man. The rebuttal back from Big Bird was very strong. And I want to see what happens. But the whip punish, crouch and medium kick from Angry Bird after the combo gets checked by Big Bird.
There's the opener. Yeah, he's checking Nephew a lot of the times, moving backwards with those crouching medium punches, but here's the big confirm. A very similar scenario we saw from game number 1. Look at the amount of damage he peppers in there. Yes, sir. That seasoning is so effective. Jesus! Tracking him down with a cross cut.
Oh, and the crouch and jab check coming from Luke right now. This is set point. And the second member right now in the rosters for both of these teams, and it's looking really good for Big Bird. Angry Bird with a 2-0 over JB, and now Big Bird looking to close it out himself here against Nephew with the 2-0.
The whiff punish is there, and look at how much carry he gets. Already to the corner. That's a full sequence into the target combo. You saw the attempt at the V-skill. Excellent call out from Nephew, though. No stoppage. Big interruption, actually, from Big Bird. Jesus, the crouching jab leads to this scenario. Plus frames everywhere.
Stuck in the corner. We talked about in that first team battle how you don't want to be in the corner versus Luke, and one more chance to live, and a throw is going to do it. Another 2-0 for NASRxBandits. Man, I'm telling you, this team is not fair. It's not fair, bro.
What do you mean?
It's not fair, bro. Y'all was up here, you and Rob was up here talking. I'm like, bro, do y'all see who's on the same squad? Like, first off, you have the precision, the unadulterated power of both of the birds, an angry one and a big one. And let's just say you evade them. Let's just say they don't poop on your car in the morning. Let's just say they don't ruin your morning. You still got to deal with the character roster play of Mena RD. My man is a counter-picking monster.
By the way. That is Mena RD powered up with Kaba.
With the Kaba assist.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Oh my gosh. Look, I talked about Punk with a purpose. Punk with a posse. The boys. this is a different Punk, man. I put a lot of faith in what Punk can do, given that he's playing for not only himself. And I feel like that's a good play for him because that boosts his motivation. It's like an RPG. It boosts his motivation that his team is people that he plays with a lot and some of his best friends too. But it does not matter right now because you're playing against a Capcom Cup champion and you have to win possibly not only this first of 3, but then the one more to tie the set overall. The matchup that you guys are going to be watching is going to be Punk with Ken and Mena RD with the Luke. And still support coming from the Birds, sitting on the bench.
So here we go. This is going to be 3 out of 5, right? In the anchor spot. It is worth 20 points, so we could see a familiar scenario in regards to what happened in the previous battle. We might see another 20-point sweep, or sorry, not sweep, sorry, comeback from the side of Punk. If anybody can do it, it can be Punk,
It's
right? But it is
definitely
the Raging Bull using a different character. Mena RD piloting this Luke is a whole different story.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, it is with Punish. He dedicated, or at least committed to the target combo.
Oh, crouch rock for the frame kill. Gets the DP. I got one too, though. EX to get out. Stand medium kick. This is big damage. Okay.
Damn, that's a lot. That is so much extra damage. You cannot walk and block. It's so difficult to when that thermobaric is on deck.
So let me tell you right now, just the fact that he did the full screen knockdown using the V trigger, making Ken have to work his way back in while trigger's still active, it was genius. So genius. And then just ends with a fireball.
Yeah, I mean, that's a very, very standard Luke play, right? You get the amount of damage, you push him back full screen, then they have to fear the walk and block, right? It could be regular Sandblaster, it could be the Thermobaric, right? He still gets to hold on to that trigger unless he spends it or gets hit, right?
What an anti-air. Just the buttons.
That is a standard one, right?
Big damage. And this is what I fear if I was fighting Mena RD. The fact that when he finds these holes in your defense, the damage cash out is always so high. It's so high. Look at that.
Oh boy.
B reversal, EXDP.
And I like that check there from Mena RD. Uppercut is there. You already know. Punk tried to sneak one in there, jumping in with the Tatsu,
try to sneak a jump
but it just wasn't
enough. EX Tatsu, because the anti-airs were like DP. Don't do normal Tatsu.
I mean, I'm just going to switch to Luke. I'm not playing this again.
As the adaptable player is genius to me. Like, I feel like he is one of the strongest wild cards you can ever have. And Punk contemplating a character switch.
It's kind of rough to say that, though, because you also have another wild card via Punk. Like, as strong as he is with one character, he also has every other character at his disposal. I think if anybody, in regards to character selection, I think Punk has Mena RD beat, to be quite honest with you.
I know.
Mena RD has a wheelhouse for sure, not to take it away from him, but as it stands right now, Punk has to make the decision. What is going to be enough for the Luke play? Is it going to be the Karen? It is offline, by the way. We talk about some of the best confirms in the business. Punk has that. Online, offline, doesn't matter. This is going to be where we see who actually gets the best of who in full potential Punk. I don't even know if it's like full potential really anymore, because I think that he's kind of drifted away from Karen just a little bit, considering the nerfs that have happened.
But I'm going to tell you right now, I like Punk with a roster. I love Punk's Chun-Li. Punk's Chun-Li is one of the coolest characters to watch him play just because he has better buttons. Not better buttons, but he has very strong buttons. That walk speed really benefits him, but this is his tried and true. This is what made Punk the god that he is. The success that he's had with this character. Big stun, not going to be the kill, but look at the damage output, and she still got meter to work with. I've said it before, and I said it again. Scared money don't make no money. And she gets barred by the dozen, bro.
Yeah, she sure does. She's a walking battery, as we like to call it. The EX does get racked up pretty significantly, or at least pretty quickly, I should say. Speaking of other meters getting built up, that V-gauge is already locked and loaded for Punk. Any sort of hit confirm could lead to death against Mena RD, but still, same could be said with Luke, right? Full critical art stocked in could be huge. He's buffering away those normals. He's double-checking Punk, trying to make sure he doesn't advance for free or even try to get a dash in. It's so difficult right now.
It's going to be really hard to throw. It's going to be really hard to throw projectiles with Luke because, Karen's got bar. But still reacting to it,
You cannot rest. Even if you're at the lead against Luke, if he's fully loaded, it could lead to death. That's exactly what we just saw. Punk knows it too.
Good about this.
Big crush. Tries to get the target, nothing doing. Yeah, just has to hold this projectile pressure. Walking up with punish with the crouching medium punch, EX Tenko. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, he missed. Word. He missed the just frame Tenko. Oh, with punish, you already know it. Look at the quarter carry and the damage.
Oh, check with the crouch jab. Activates V reversal to get the knockdown just to keep the momentum. I like this idea from Punk. Big damage. Stand light kick for the abuse.
Yeah, just about 3 of them just still within range of a low medium kick, but still, Mena RD not even afraid of it.
Raw.
That's what I wanted to see. No, he didn't even actually get the finisher.
Yo, remember, don't V reversal when he's in V trigger and he does the medium punch target combo. Let him activate let him throw out the fireballs.
Round number 3, game number 2. Back to the fireball pressure, spinning EX on top of it. Fully stocked right here and could definitely take this second game. The pace is definitely looking better for Mena.
Oh, yes. You talked about that pacing. He's still as patient as ever, getting the uppercut as the anti-air.
Damn, what a whip punish with the sweep, but answers back instantly with the target combo. A throw to follow. Mena RD is on a roll. Snowballing right now. Full CA available and gets to confirm. And man, Punk is on the ropes right now.
He's trying to wait for you to whiff. So the more fireballs you do, the more screwed up
he's not the type that will jump, so...
Yeah, he won't jump a lot.
Yes.
So don't be afraid of it.
Oh my god, dude.
He's talking about it, man. He's
Everyone
talking about
is
like
just
the presence
the
of
best
Luke
player in the world these
a huge
days.
problem.
Mena RD is so adaptable, though. I feel like the way that he plays, it really does kind of hurt.
Yes, that's what I wanted to see. So we were talking. So Punk was talking about it, like in between, right? He's like, you know, if I can't beat him, I'm gonna join him, and then I'm gonna beat him afterwards.
Right. So still has the opportunity to tie the set, get those 20 points. You know, that's not bad. But that's why you have somebody like Punk at the anchor. But the Mena RD at anchor is so strong. Oh, big jump in with the heavy
This is a classic.
kick.
What is a Florida colorway? I like this. I like this, by the way. That's pretty cool. Oh boy. But the question is, like, how much time has Punk had with this character, right? Like, again, not to take away from him, he is an immaculate player, but like, he plays everybody. You know what I mean? Like, how much of the talent really gets to be poured into the amount of time that equals a win, right?
I mean, you have to remember, Punk plays all these characters like you said before. But on the same note, man, you could be a jack of all trades, but master of not the one. You know what I'm saying? That happens sometimes, especially it's even harder when you're fighting somebody that kind of has that same ability in a player like Mena RD in the wake of crouch jab after Punk was kind of on a roll, and this is set point right now.
Yeah, I just want to know, like, how many hours have been put in comparison, right? Mena RD has been sticking to Luke pretty much off the rip as soon as he was introduced. Oh, that's huge.
Dash up 2, gets the knockdown. Punk trying to start a way back, trying to find a path to get back into this set and potentially tie it. That's the ground game we like to see. Mena on the ropes, about 50% already gone, and stun is there. Spins the EX. Safe activation with the V trigger.
Yeah, you could see the blatant fireball game that Mena is trying to establish. And I haven't really seen Punk being able to utilize that yet. Now the back throw is going to be so important. A single confirm could be more than enough for Mena RD, but we get that.
This is a bad situation. You're getting close to CA kill range. Spins the bar.
Oh, yes.
You might be. That's a done deal.
Dead on the board now. Punk does get the round.
I literally hit my man 2
Huge
times.
sigh. I can't tell if that's a huge sigh of relief or if he's stressed out. Like,
I mean, right? Either way, it's not done yet. Okay, wait a minute.
I'm sick.
Wait a minute. Dash up. I was thinking to throw EX to keep it. Crouch short to challenge. Let me get out of the corner. Just dash up. Stays on the same side. Punk not prepared. Another knockdown. Here's the back throw.
Checking the movement initially. Low medium kick again to check, but still Mena RD not getting exposed. But does so. Changing it up. That back roundhouse clip to start up with the Sandblaster. This is death on the board now for sure. That is one game under the belt of Punk.
Look at this. Luke can carry me, baby.
Oh.
And he's making a statement, right? He's talked about how effective Luke can be in the right hands, and he's like, you know what? I am that guy. I feel like I could do the same thing. I have those same hands.
He said Luke's the best character. He said it right there. Oof. I love that little knockdown, dash up, gives Punk the lead. V-shift to get out of there. Mena wants to go back to this neutral game. Once again, another knockdown. Medium punch pressure, spins EX to keep it. Last time we saw a challenge right there with the crouch short. This time, Mena just holding it.
Oh, that's huge. Again.
Throw.
Oh my
Calls
God.
out with the EXDP.
That is such a big bet.
And that EX uppercut not going to do the job, and that was a bad bet right there.
The big interruption there from Punk is going to be huge, right? Going into the corner now, the throw is going to be more than enough.
Damn,
and he
Luke.
does so. He's looking to get that tie. And I love the pop-off, too. Let's go, Luke. Hey, man, it is what it is. It's a good character. Uppercut, you know it. A different play style coming in from NARD. Actually, no, very reminiscent of earlier, right? From a lot more of the Fireball game.
Crouching medium punch this time for Punk.
Oh, yes.
Confirmed with the crouching medium punch.
Oh, the delay.
Oh, needs to be careful. Sweep completely whiffs 2 times over. And just using this sweep to try to bait something out of Mena. Finally finds one. There's a forward throw. Punk has a chance. There's another one. Watch the meter. Tries to jump out. Mena caught holding.
Jeez, he's dead.
Activation and the drop from Punk.
No. He was popping off already. He was popping off a little bit too early. He had to confirm. He had it into the kill, but Mena does get another shot. Oh my God. Oh my God, that could have been it.
You're getting dangerously close to getting whiff punish killed, and this match could have already been over. So just wait.
Oh, it's so dangerous.
Crouching medium kick. I actually thought that was sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna do it. Oh my God.
So that was, even Punk was like, you know, that was good. He had to give him props on that one. I mean, as you should. That was a really well done space and trap. Big whiff punish from the side of NARD.
But now, all resources gone.
Yep.
Punk can take this to a final.
Oof.
Check with that crouch jab. One of the tools we've been seeing week 1 a lot from all the Lukes. Ooh. That long-reaching jab kind of lunges forward, goes right in the target if you play it correctly.
Or you can just confirm it, yeah. There's a significant amount of time for you to confirm it. Ooh. Just like that. Speaking of which, no confirms on the low forward on both ends.
Oh, bad timing on the anti-air. And that's all it takes in Street Fighter. A step forward, and you're like, man, I can't get this anti-air now. And look at the run that NARD is on. Activate. Blocks the V reversal.
Oh, that's huge. You're dead? No.
Back throw. Wait a minute.
Where's the uppercut?
Could he have gotten it off of the normal?
100% you could have. Oh, still gets it either way. Anti-air.
Oh, the big jump in from Punk. This should do it. And Punk with the pop-off.
Jesus.
Still alive, much like the Season 5 of Street Fighter League. My man Punk.
That was payback. I deserved that win. I won the game.
The DP didn't come out. He was dead.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry.
Reset, just reset.
I'm just...
You were playing a lot better.
Yeah, I'm going to keep doing my best.
No, you're right, though. As you called out right there, you can hear the team says he doesn't know why the DP didn't come out from NRD, but it definitely cost him the match. Made that scramble
100%.
goal in way of Punk, and now Punk's still alive.
No.
He hits the bait on the DP with the jump over.
Possibly a little bit of mental damage, right? He missed the input on the crosscut DP, and he's now paying a ton. In fact, 50%.
Punk saying NRD playing nervous. But gets back quick to his feet in the neutral. Back to pretty much even. Lively steal on the side of Punk. Almost got that target chain and literally just walk into this corner. NRD trying to fight out though.
Yeah, he's already letting him like pepper in some of the damage from like the fireballs. That's not going to be a good deal for Punk. But he's not going to let him charge up a V-skill for free, so good on NRD to keep him honest.
Forward throw. Another one. Checking with the crouch medium kick.
Oh, man. Committed to the jump. He had the right read, but still not going to get a punish off of that. Now, yeah, plus scenario. NRD, a big mistake there, and Punk is going to capitalize.
He's nervous.
Derek.
Luke got him nervous. Let's go.
Punk saying, Luke got him shook. Set point right now for Punk to potentially run this back.
Are we going to see 2 sudden deaths?
Oh,
Luke got him nervous.
He say Luke got him nervous. Punk popping off in front of the crowd.
Oh, yeah. He's not
Crosscut
missing
comes
that.
out this
I've
time.
been doing that for years.
He's been here, man. He said.
No, I've been doing that one for years too.
Oh no. This when Punk starts talking in between matches, it's over. Like, that's it. That's it. Throw the damn towel. This was supposed to be an exhibition.
Wait, we still got to do a tiebreaker.
But one more. But one more. That count was what, 3-2? 3-2?
It was 3-2, indeed.
Yo, Punk popping
He was
off.
at the deficit. Yeah, he was 0-2, and like, you know, he put his pride aside. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna show you what's really good. I'm gonna show you exactly what I can do with the best character.
So now we have the one more. We have our one more. Who will be sent up from NASRxBandits? And I'm just gonna assume Punk is saying that. I'm just gonna assume Punk will stay.
I think the dominant player so far in NASRxBandits has to be Angry Bird. I think he had a clean 2-0 from JB. I mean, like, technically Big Bird did the same, but in the Luke mirror match, I don't know. Like, it's a different breed.
But they got the home advantage.
I feel like they sent it up at the same time.
Okay.
So I think right now, if I were a betting man, I think Panda would want to put in Punk with that Luke, with the momentum and the mentality that he has, and bringing it back.
Even if it's the first to one, you could definitely win that with Luke.
You see that? Yeah, so JB is talking about it with Punk. He's like, even if it's the first to one, you could definitely win that with Luke.
Because you know that's probably the character that he's going to have to fight anyway.
Yeah.
Unless, you know, one of the birds, which I'm assuming will be coming up, kind of calls it out, right? And they say, well, you know what, we're going to try. I mean, I don't know if you can counterpick Luke, but you're going to play a character that you have you're comfortable in that ground game dealing with those fireballs. Not many characters that are, but you're going to pick a character for it. It's Angry Bird for sure. I've just see him now sitting down. Angry
so what is
Bird.
going to be the Ken? What if it's the Zeko?
I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't know if you want to play.
I genuinely would be surprised.
Why would you put the Zeku against Luke though? But why would you put Zeku against the Luke? Do you feel like
I don't know. I mean, like,
because I don't feel like that's something that's going to be easy to run down. Luke's got full screen control. You're going to be trying to switch between Zekus.
I mean, you have Graham.
Yeah, but then you're playing the fireball battle. And I don't unless you got meter. That's still going to be. I mean, but we're going to see.
No, I think that's fine. I think in terms of, like, you know, playing out the Graham. I mean, it's going to be Ken. Okay. Yeah, I say like Ken's fireball, pretty standard, a little bit slower.
Yo, Angry Bird, after he takes a throw, he loves to do crouch jab or crouch medium punch.
I know. He's hitting with that at Evil like 3 times.
So don't use that medium kick.
Throw. My man likes to hit you with crouch jab. Punk says he's hit me at Evo with that like.
He literally just did it. He started off with a grab, and then threw out the crouching jab, and then hit him with a low medium kick. Confirm.
Ooh, trying to whiff.
This is going to be huge right now. The momentum all in favor of Angry Bird. Again, this is first to one. The sudden death. Let's see who get those 5 points.
Okay. Low forward, DP through the fireball. That uppercut getting through. Once again, a check with the medium kick. Back to the target combo once again. Use some of that V trigger just to make sure you don't challenge. Oh.
This is looking so dominant from Angry Bird right now. Look at the life lead, the amount of meter he has as well. He's not going to use thermal barrack. Yeah, he wants to keep it tight-knit. He does not want to send him full screen just yet.
C8 could have been on the table for the chip, and I know that's what he was afraid of. Makes you play a little more antsy in that neutral game, but Angry Bird is going to take that round.
Damn, he's done so well in the fireball game throughout the course of his matches and in this current one. Yes, the big punish now against Punk. Punk has been committing to that medium punch twice over now so far.
Oof.
Big opener. Significant opener. The damage back throw. It's going to be huge now for Angry Bird. Man, the uppercut's still intact, keeping the focus alive.
Oof.
Oh, boy.
One game. You got one game to win. No stun, but the round can be won with a throw. Activate. Backs up a little bit.
This is fine. This is the game he likes to play, thermal barrack. JB kind of whispered. He's like, don't waste it. But it gives him so much of an advantage now. Oh, boy. Yeah, it gives Angry Bird a lot to work with now.
You got to get the hit. Oh, another one to get through. the uppercuts to get through the fireball pressure, and I'm so happy that Punk understands that's not a real one. EX stays in front, actually gets the hit. Angry Bird on the pressure with the can in the corner. Oh, big crush. This is round number 3. Punk needs this round, and so does Angry Bird. Another throw, stun on the table, no thunder, kick the check on the wake up, gets the target knocked down. Spins a little bit of that meter on B shift.
Looking for the activation point, that is exactly it. The backdash, the read, the throw, but still gets the opener off the low medium kick, forward throw now. Too far out, can't get the roundhouse, he creeps up just a little bit, plus frames, via reversal to get out of the corner. Angry Bird is still trying to fight his way out, but no, the check, big interruption, and big damage. The big confirm, even bigger from Angry Bird. This is gonna be more than enough. Tasted. I gotta say, Angry Bird taking the 5 points. NASRxBandits is gonna be the victor this week against Panda.
And that last game was down to it. I felt like Angry Bird knew. He was like, I know that this is what I have to hit, and was holding out no matter what for it. Found the opening, goes straight into the CA, and Punk was definitely on his way back to like stealing that round. You can see it, but at least Punk got that 20 points going in. Like I said, this season the format a little different. You can stay a little closer in ranking because of that 5-point difference. That added extra one is just to make it a little, give you an opportunity to steal it. I personally love the rule change, and this is what it's given us for week 1, team battle number 1. NASRxBandits looking strong as I thought they were. No matter what happens, bro, I feel like they're always going to be able to have an answer against most of the teams here.
It's a pretty versatile team. I mean, you could be saying the same about Panda as well. I mean, like having different types of champions in their own regard, right? So it's very tough right now to see how this is going to play out just based off of the first couple of teams, right? We have so many more teams to go through, but as it stands right now, again, NASRxBandits taking the best of Panda. And I got to say, with like Punk and this amount of information right now, I wouldn't be surprised if going forward, Punk will just go Luke outright from here on out. As much as we wouldn't want to see it, to be honest,
if you're trying to win, that's what we're probably going to see.
There are certain occasions, certain matchups where he's going to be picking out some of the characters that he's been working on, like Chun-Li, possibly Cammy if need be. But as it stands right now, again, he's going to be playing to win, right? So Luke just might be the mainstay. It's been the mainstay right now for NASRxBandits, and it paid off dividends.
Multiple teams.
Let's take a look. Yeah, no, multiple teams, in fact, yeah. So let's take a look. Rob TV does have the winner interview standing by with NASRxBandits. Let's take a look.
Yo, are you kidding me? That match was absolutely ridiculous. It looked like it was about to be just a straight blowout at the beginning, but then Punk actually starts to bring it back in a tight set with you, Minna. That last match right there, that was definitely the most dramatic one. How did you feel about that match just overall?
The team was very dominating. I'm very proud of the Birds. They always bring the good performance, so I feel very good with this W.
Okay, so in that last match with Punk there, you're up 2-0. Eventually, when he switches to Luke, he starts getting some success, and he makes some call-outs. He actually says, oh my goodness, Luke, and so on and so forth, basically saying that Luke is carrying him to start getting some of those matches. How did you feel about that in general?
No, I didn't feel anyway. Punk has his antics, the way he plays, just to throw you off the game. I wasn't listening to that, but a player like Punk, you can't have those kind of mistakes. So he capitalized and just, did his thing.
So last year, of course, we saw that you had countless OCVs, one of the greatest players that we've seen when it came to the last season of Street Fighter League, and we've seen what you've been doing in the world in general. But as far as this team tournament, I feel like last year, if you didn't get it done, it seemed like it was pretty much over for your team, and it was frustrating for you. Now you do have a more experienced, I would say, more well-rounded team. What is that like for you?
Well, that makes the frustration very, very small. Like, I looked back, and last year's, like, I don't want to sound like Kyrie, about the older shots thing, but it's just like last year I looked back when I lost, and it was like, oh, the world fell apart, like, oh, we lost. But I looked back here, and everyone was like, bro, you had him, we can do it. We still gonna win the set, and they did it. Like, it just feels very relieving, I don't have that pressure, so I can perform better. Like, I dropped it here, but I'm gonna pick it up again sooner, so it's all good.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it from the man himself, the fighting pride of the Dominican Republic and one of the best players in the world. Amazing performance for Team NASR overall, and especially, of course, Angry Bird clutching out against Punk at the end with that Ken. Ladies and gentlemen, this is only the beginning, only episode 1 of Street Fighter League, and we have more for you after this break.
Let's begin.
Look, if you're at home watching, please know that you're watching history right now. best players in the world. This is a dope set of Street Fighter.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are looking for the pinnacle of Street Fighter 5, look no further.
Sometimes I hunt for the
Look at the crowd going mad.
Oh my God.
That's gonna do it. Gachiku got it. He is your champion.
Hold up.
Hell yeah. Oh, no.
Whips. What was that?
Flip that. Was that the
That was so sick.
He is your back-to-back champion. Ladies and gentlemen, the new guard takes out the legend.
This one is where dreams are made.
I said USA invade the stage.
And I cannot express how much this means to Cool
But this morning I chose to wake up. Everything. There's no escape. For anything. Everything. I swear I'm ready. Let's do this. Bring it on. It's not enough. Let's party. Everything. Tell them I'm ready for anything. You have just tuned into the culmination of years of work.
Just the other way. Somebody call an ambulance. Not for me, but for you.
Is the best, without a doubt, Street Fighter 5 player in the world.
So don't you ever think y'all gon' let me down. Woo! Swear right now I'm ready to fight.
Oh my goodness, there is no way that is only episode 1 of Street Fighter League. I mean, how can we kick it off like that? And you know, speaking of that, I mean, look at the first match. CLG going up against Endemic was absolutely insane. I don't envy you guys as far as the energy, like having to actually call that play.
We almost lost our voices, like legit, actually.
Because Jeremy almost died. That was crazy.
I'm surprised your arm is still attached after sitting next to Steve during that match, bro.
I'm about to be the winter soldier in a little bit. I'll tell you what.
I'm about to be winter soldier.
That's for sure.
I'm dead. Okay, but let's look at the actual standings so far with Street Fighter League. So as you can see, in first place we have NASRxBandits with 25 points with that amazing performance that they put on, even though Punk did try to get him some trouble. Second place we have CLG, 25 points as well, and then we have Endemic with 20 and Panda with 20. Kind of surprising to see Endemic only having 20 points there, huh?
A little bit, yeah. When we talk about that matchup, in regards to what they put up in the away roster as well as what was played out for CLG, it actually went down to the wire. A lot of expectations were pretty much shattered. I think there was a lot to be said in regards to what that lineup was with Endemic, and one of the biggest questions, the big underlying questions in regards to all that is pretty much where was NuckleDu in the equation. Fact of the matter is, when you're looking outside into it, you can't just take the name of NuckleDu for face value, right? We all know the accolades that NuckleDu has as an individual Street Fighter V player, but we haven't been keeping tabs on him in regards to how many hours he's put in against Luke, and that is the big factor for CLG, right? Luke in the hands of Chris CCH, it's like, do you want to put him in the anchor position with a lot of that, with all that pressure, pretty much? It's like, you want to be as risk averse as possible.
I mean, if you look at even how they kind of laid it out as well. I mean, you still had Just the Kid. Just the Kid can go any place on a team. So I feel like that's one of the things that really kind of helped him out too. Chris CCH being on any spot as well. You could put him at the head of the table, and my man's really going to eat with that Luke. We saw Luke on virtually every team battle at this point, which kind of makes sense because the character's so strong.
Did y'all hear Punk's comments about the...
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, bro. He was going off. He was like, yo, he's nervous. He's nervous because he's fighting Luke.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But, let's talk about some other activity, because the other match that we had was actually just as amazing. amazing when we had NASRxBandits going up against Panda. So I honestly think that on paper, I would imagine, just because of the fact that Bandits, or NASRxBandits as a whole is kind of just like a super team. It feels like them getting Mena.
That's what I was saying.
You just won like pretty much 2 championships in a row, and now you add Mena RD, who is absolutely on the team.
And all it took was somebody to slide into some DMs to make this team real. Like,
is that all it takes? I don't know, man.
That's it. That's it.
I mean, to be fair, it's like who reached out to who? I really wanted to know.
It was Angry Bird. Angry Bird reached out to Mena.
That's crazy. He's like, he pulled off the LeBron. He's like, no, come to my team.
He just said SFL ? And
Word.
That's it.
That's all it took.
Yeah.
To make one of the strongest teams in SFL history.
Yeah, bro. And I'll tell you what, the format. It's interesting seeing like us going to these tiebreakers. Both of our matches went to tiebreakers. I wasn't sure if we would see that in the first episode yet. Both of them went there. But I guess in hindsight, we might see that a decent amount.
We're gonna see
There's
a nice
no
chunk.
OCVs, but you're going to put your best player in that anchor spot 9 times out of 10 probably.
But think about it like this. Like, even the OCV now is even more dangerous. Now, I will say, I'm glad you brought up the format. The thing about this format this season is that 5-point differential makes it a lot more tense throughout the season. Last seasons before this, we had these huge gaps that had to be covered in a short amount of time. Those weeks where they were not getting as much play as they could to try to even it out. This time around, long as your anchor can get that W, you could potentially come out and turn the whole thing around. That home and away rule that is now implemented really does add some spice.
Right, yeah. I mean, you're not going to ever have that scenario where anybody could OCV anybody. That's pretty much out the window, right? You're trying to gather as many points to set yourself up for success in terms of like the anchor positioning, right? Like, so let's say you start things off right with OW. It's like, all right, well, we're not going to even have this sudden death scenario so long as the anchor can close it out. And I think it's really important in regards to having this away structure. It's like, all right, well, let's have somebody to potentially, not be susceptible to the counter pick, because that's essentially what it is, right? The home team is never going to have to establish themselves. They get to keep their order pretty much in secret, even from us, right? We'll only know until that very moment. So it's like they have the chance to get the counter pick. So it's like, what are we going to do to hedge our bets, essentially, with the anchor spot?
Yeah, it's a very hard spot to be in. I mean, just to talk about like Panda a little bit, because I feel like we didn't. Punk was still playing very well.
Oh, yes.
We saw like the character roster on display, but one of the things that I'm afraid of for this team, this is one of my questions, I need some of Panda to step up. Like, I don't want Punk to have to play by himself the whole season, because I feel like that team is very strong. But if you keep leaning on Punk, it's one of the legs going to break. You can only stand for so long.
Do you think that is so? Obviously, everyone on that team is an amazing player with accolades, right? Yeah. But they're an amazing team in a league of amazing teams.
That's true.
And so what I ask is, like, when you look at NASRxBandits, for example, I feel like that team is just made of straight.
Bro, that's
it's
what
just for the sake of being killers. They're all killers.
They're all killers.
Where I look at the Panda situation, they're all amazing too, but is it
even part of the conversation anymore?
Do you think they're constructed based off of friendship? Like,
absolutely.
I mean, obviously they're based it off of that, but I think it's more. I think one of the things that we saw, I feel like Knuckle Dude was one of the first people to bring this to the table, was being able. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna put myself in the middle of the fold and have them deal with something else at the end, because that could really throw off what your opposing team is thinking, right? Now, granted, NASRxBandits, that could get you in a whole world of trouble, but versus some of these other teams, I feel like they have enough time to kind of play with that lineup a little bit, because now you do have a fourth player that you could potentially put in there, but you still have to keep in mind that you want to be able to get a feel for your team, because if you keep going with the same lineup the whole season, you're making yourself an easy target for the rest of the league. You're actually making yourself an easy target for the rest of the league.
I think there's a lot to be said in regards to like the structure and formation of Panda, in regards to like who you're going to be throwing out. I think it's a very valid point. Like, the way that Punk has been playing, we've kind of seen the wear and tear from previous seasons on a mental level, right? He can play into his character a lot. He can be that alpha a significant amount of the time, but what happens if it's just like him only? That's going to get to him mentally. Like, there's no other player in terms of like any sort of team environment. It's like, this is going to be like a wear and tear here. It's like, how many games can he actually be able to carry? And I say it lightly, because carrying is not going to be like the biggest forefront for the team, especially with the caliber of players you mentioned. But
speaking of players, right? Of course, we're talking a whole lot about teams. There's Street Fighter League 4v4 now, right?
Yes.
But there is still individual performance.
Yep, that's true.
And something
100%.
I would like to do when we wrap these shows up is maybe bring up who we think is the player of the episode, right?
Yeah, we had this last season too. We had the MVPs too,
The MVPs, you're sure right. I feel like Chris CCH.
In regards to the CLG matchup versus Endemic,
free.
Actually free. No, that's free. That's absolutely
free. He was up 2-0. Adam comes back, wins 3 straight, and then you got to play a first to 1 against Adam.
To be fair, I'm going to agree with that because there were certain instances, if you watch the footage back, there were 2 moments where Chris CCH actually had the W and he had dropped it significantly. In fact, all the players. That was one of them, but there was also a misconfirm that he had even prior to that would have sealed the game. And there was a lot of players that were talking about it like, dude, Chris CCH actually choked it up twice over. But had that not been the case, that would have been the first 40-point sweep.
Bro, you do not want that to happen, especially in the league this season. And like I said, though, I still think, with that being said, I still think Panda has a very strong team. I mean, I'm looking at the way Nephew is going to be playing, that Luke is going to be strong as well.
Who's your MVP, by the way?
My MVP? No, I agree. Oh, you mean for the NASRxBandits?
Yeah, NASRxBandits Panda.
Actually, I'm going to go with placement here. I would say that it's Mena RD, but I got to give it to Angry Bird, man. I feel like ever since Angry Bird and the Birds in general have been introduced to the league, they've no matter where you place them, when they come back clutch, they instantly become the rising star of whatever that team plays, because it's phenomenal play. And the bar for their team already is crazy high. But whenever one steps up, like, man, I can't believe they're down a game. Yeah. Or even if they do go to 3-0, but just looking at this scenario, they put Big Bird back up there, and it's because it's either or. Having either one of the Birds, and then let's just say you do get a bad draw.
Yeah,
you get a bad draw.
Bro.
You say, you know what, I'm not sure. Mena, go. Like, think about that. That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
What's wild in the rafters too, if you want to get like another counter pick for a different option, you have Kaba. Like, imagine that. Like,
think about that.
He will be. I don't know if everyone knows. He will be.
You know what did I say about that?
If you look at the matrix of games that are potentially going to happen in Street Fighter League, there's so many usages of Guile in so many of these matchups, and Kaba is just waiting for that opportunity.
And that was literally only week number 1. Folks at home, I really do hope you've been enjoying Street Fighter League, because that's only week 1 of the play that we have here. Vicious, what are next week's teams battles?
It's going to be just as exciting, right? It's going to be UYU going up against the newcomers, Red Rooster. Then we get to see a couple of these guys duke it out again. Endemic versus Bandits. You guys do not want to miss it, because it's going to be absolutely insane. One of the biggest things I'm looking forward to is seeing the newly reformed UYU. Man, there's one player that's been on my radar for quite some time, and that is DCQ. I want to see what he brings to the table.
Be sleeping on DCQ.
I hope not. It's going to be so sick.
Listen, before we get there, guys, we're definitely going to talk more about this next week, and you can be involved in the conversation. Make sure you guys tune in. Week 1 is done. On to week 2, Street Fighter League Season 5 still alive, and we will see you next week. Let's go. There's the stun, and my boy Cody actually hurts like he's fresh out the pin. A perfect this time around. Sean, I see you.
Oh, still gets it either way. Anti-air.
Oh, the big jump in from Punk. This should do it, and Punk with the pop-off.
Playing on the pepper a little bit. No, sir. You cannot get out of the corner for free, Idom.
Ready with the DP check target combo. Trigger steal there. That medium punch pressure. Getting down with this pressure.
Huge.
Probably looking for a throw. That's stun. That's the round. Oh, my God.
That's going to be a lot of damage. Counter hit combo exclusive only off that counter hit, by the way. 10 seconds on the clock.
Left on the clock.
And he's winding down. The chip damage is there.
Are red.
If the tie happens,
red.
5 seconds on the clock.
Walks up. V reversal. Oh my
Either
God.
way, if he doesn't kill here, he gets the kill and he hangs in there. He didn't let it go to tie. Punk is going to capitalize. Thermo
nervous. Luke got him nervous. Let's go.